at Duncan Field compared to maybe other parks that you go to in the Independence League or the GPAC for that matter?
Yeah, absolutely. Duncan Field's obviously a pitcher's dream with the dimensions of it. So, the guys who haven't played Sodbuster before coming in as a pitcher, man, their eyes just lit up. So that's really, going to be an advantage, obviously playing and coaching for Hastings. So it's been good. Obviously, our hitters are going to have a little bit different approach. Going to be tough to, put one over the wall, especially using wood bats. So approaches change a little bit. But yeah, kind of really looking forward to, bring my knowledge about the field and just kind of everything that goes with that to our team.
Tell us a bit about how you do adjust not only to the park, but playing with wood bats, a little bit different kind of deal than your aluminum bats that they're used to in the spring.
A lot of guys, at least the guys I coach at Hastings, we do some rounds with wood bats. A lot of times it kind of helps you feel your barrel a little bit better as you're kind of warming up. But, approaches change a little bit. Obviously, might have a little bit less pop, but, our approach at the plate is just power ground ball, line drive. Obviously, I think we're going to have a little bit of speed this summer. So we're hopefully going to run the bases pretty well, open up some holes, and just play some good complementary baseball. On the pitching side of things, obviously, it's just key to throw strikes. Especially at this park, you can do a little bit more pitch to contact, being so big. So that's kind of, the approach we're going to take with our pitchers kind of heading into the season.
The speed aspect of it, I know when Scott tries to put the team together, it sounds like that's a point of emphasis in terms of defense and speed, because the big home run hitters probably don't want to come to play 30 games at this park anyway.
Absolutely. Definitely need some track stars out there. So it's, been fun kind of getting to know some of our outfield group and kind of see them roam around out there. Just kind of working with these guys a couple days and still kind of getting to know everybody. Everybody's just been having a great attitude, coming into the team. Guys have been getting along with one another, which is kind of cool to see. And, I think once we kind of start playing games here, we'll have some guys kind of step up and move into some of those roles. But just really been pleased and impressed with all the work and, what the guys have kind of shown at practice so far.
Talking with Joel Skipper, the head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. Tell us a bit about your staff. Who's going to help you coaching this summer?
Yeah, so Corey Caranda, who's my GA at Hastings, is going to help out this summer. Local guy who's sticking around, so he's still getting his master's, so it'll be kind of nice having a familiar face. And then Vinny Carone, he's from Erie, Pennsylvania. He's going to be coming in as their pitching coach this summer. So I haven't worked with Vinny much, but a guy that, I've kind of grown to know a little bit and who does a great job and very knowledgeable about the pitching side of things. So that'll be kind of nice, having him help develop our guys throughout the summer. So it's going to be kind of a three-man crew. So really looking forward to what these guys bring to the table to help develop our players.
He's Joel Busters.
That is Joel Skipper. He's the head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters as we bring you Sodbuster baseball as the Fremont Moo providing the opposition today. First game, new system, new setup, so I apologize about any issues that we've had so far, but by golly, we're just going to move forward, and we are very proud to welcome to the broadcast booth Ryan Valenta, Lincoln East graduate. They're the Class A state champs in the state of Nebraska. Congratulations, proud alumnus, and welcome to Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, the baseball player myself for freshman in reserve, so, good to see the old alumnus. Never made it to JV or varsity at that level, but it was cool to see, and covering I worked at a news station in Lincoln over the spring, and just being able to follow the whole state tournament. It sounds like we had a lot of twists and turns in Class A and Class B. Malcolm winning Class C state baseball, and something that no one saw coming. But it's good to be here, and it's good to finally be back in the broadcast booth, Steve.
You bet. Going to be a fun season. This Hastings Sodbuster crew a year ago, great expectations to begin the year. Got off to a tremendous start. They got to be 6 games over 500 for the first time in their franchise history, but really faded down the stretch, and they hope for better things this year as they take on one of the teams that really has given them fits since their inception, the Fremont Moo. Fremont went 11-3 against Hastings a year ago, and this Moo squad, not many returnees from last year. Hastings has a lot of new faces. You really just don't know what you're going to get until probably mid-June before this thing kind of comes into focus.
And it kind of sounds like it's going to be the same thing for both teams. We were chatting with Rich, the radio guy for Fremont, and just a couple guys returning and a lot of guys just getting into camp. A lot of kids are just finishing up their collegiate seasons. They're fresh off their 2023 seasons, and here they are playing summer ball, let alone with wood bats, may I add. Obviously in college you're using your aluminum bats, but for the wood bats in the summer league here in the Independence League is going to be different for a lot of guys. And just being able to, as Scott Galusha, our GM and owner, said, being able to throw all these guys onto a team, and hopefully they have good chemistry in the 3 weeks or even the couple days that they get to know each other into the season before they go into full swing. So Fremont's going to be a good opponent for the Sodbusters all season, and good to see perfect day to see how this one's going to turn out.
Temperatures in the 70s, and boy, I'll tell you what, Duncan Field plays even bigger as the wind blowing straight in from center field. 408 to straightaway center, 405 to the alleys, 367 down the right field line, and 370 down the left field line. Going to be a tremendous setting. We hope you get out and watch some Sodbuster baseball during the course of the season, as we are going to take it down to the field and give you the playing and the singing of our national anthem, as Jason Frew going to be doing the announcing, and Brian Frew will announce our national anthem singer today here for the Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont Moo, the 2023 season opener. Coming up, we'll give you the lineups right after the national anthem here from Sodbuster Baseball.
The national anthem is brought to you by One Great Nutrition and Bo Huffman, a Navy veteran. He and his shop are the exclusive nutritional supplement providers for the 2023 Hastings Sodbusters. One Great Nutrition is located just down the street on the corner of A and Burlington. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Ryan Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The national anthem in advance of today's game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont Moo. It's Steve Stein and it's Ryan Valenta as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Let's take it through the starting lineups. First of all, for the Sodbusters, they go with Gage Frank. He's in right field, and leading off, Zach Vettel at second base and batting second. It's Corbin Rich at first base, batting third. Nick Jones, one of the returning players from a year ago, the designated hitter, and batting fourth. Cannon Coakley is at third base, batting fifth. It's Lane Shires in center field and batting sixth. Batting seventh is Marcus Cabranes. He is at the shortstop position for the squad from Hastings. Rusty Wortman does the catching, and Nolan Oliver in left field and batting ninth. Marcus Miller is the hometown product, a Hastings guy, and he'll be on the mound for Hastings. For the Fremont Moo, it's Hunter Palmer in center field, Ben Swales at third base, Josh Blunt the right fielder, Sammy Katakos is as the catcher, Timon Long at first base, The designated hitter is Hayden Crawford. It's Alec Villanueva at shortstop, Christian Hobbs in left field, and Tyler Hummel at second base batting ninth. Trey Nichols is the pitcher for Fremont. Hastings Sodbusters have taken the field. They are in their gold jerseys with the green numbers, the new white hats this year with the green bills. The umpires for today's game behind the plate, Jason Seitz and Tim Stroman in the field. And defensively for Hastings behind the plate, it's Rusty Wortman at first base. Corbin Rich, second baseman, is Zach Vettel. Cannon Coakley is at third base. The shortstop, Marcos Cabranes. In left field, Nolan Oliver. Center field, Lane Shires. And in right field, Gage Frank. As we get set to go for the 2023 season opener. Tell you what, if you just play 500 ball with Fremont, you feel like you're going to be competitive in this league year in and year out. Fremont Moo have been awfully tough. Very excited to bring you Sodbuster Baseball. The 2023 season is here as Fremont will be batting first with their purple jerseys, the orange numbers and trim. The Fremont Moo, last year an outstanding season, and they'll put Hunter Palmer in the right-handed box, the center fielder, to begin today's game. Hope you enjoy it as the left-hander will bring it home. Marcus Miller inside for ball one ball and no strikes on Hunter Palmer. Palmer, a South Dakota State recruit, didn't play in the spring, a redshirt. He's an engineering major and standing in the right-handed box. 1-0 delivery, and this one is rifled to left field. Pretty well hit, but this is where fly balls go to die as we see Nolan Oliver make the play for the Hastings Sodbusters.
First out of the season, always good to get that first one out of the way. Pretty routine fly ball there for Oliver out in left. And didn't have to go back too far, as you mentioned, Steve. Wind blowing in. Should see a lot of fly ball outs pretty easy for both teams.
Ben Swales takes to the plate and swings and misses for strike one for the Fremont Moo. As Swales, out of Tiffin, Iowa. He is a University of Iowa recruit. And the 0-1 delivery blew it right by him, did Marcus Miller. No balls and two strikes. Miller used to pitching on this field, went 2-5 for Hastings College in the spring, a 3.97 ERA through 59 innings, just wrapped up a pretty good season as the pitch is missing outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marcus, slightly built, 6 foot, listed at 130 pounds, so put some poundage on him over the next couple of years and he could really be a force in the G-Pack. 1-2 delivery, and this one is bounced to the left side. The shortstop, Cabranes, has got it. His first chance is right on the money. Marcos Cabranes guns down Ben Swales. 2 up and 2 down for Fremont here in the first. And we will see Josh Blunt come up now. Fremont Moo right fielder. Blunt, a Wisconsin guy, played at Iowa Central Community College. He had a really good spring, and the Tritons were outstanding. 46-11 for Iowa Central Community College in the spring. Lefty-on-lefty matchup, and an off-speed pitch is swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike on Josh Blunt, who hit .309's got home run power, 8 home runs, 42 RBIs, 55 runs scored. He also has got some speed, 14 stolen bases, so can do it all, and he takes this one off the backside. So the first base runner hit by pitch here is Josh Blunt. And Sammy Contakos will come to the plate now for Fremont.
The announcer's jinx must be able to read minds. I was just about to say before the first pitch, very encouraging start for Miller after that wave and a miss by Blunt there. But like I said, must have jinxed it with my mind, but Miller still got 2 outs. Sodbuster's still looking good so far.
Sammy Contakos steps to the plate now. He is doing the catching today. A Western Illinois University recruit, played at Wabash Community College for a year. Limited time with Leathernecks in the spring as he takes ball 1 ball and no strikes, as Contakos ended up going 2 for 21 in 9 games. So didn't have a whole lot of success in limited playing time. It's where you go to sort stuff out. Summer ball, you can totally transform your career as he swings at one that was out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike on Contakos. For Fremont, 1 on, 2 outs, no score, top of the first. Pitch is right across for strike 2. 1-2 as Fremont went 2 up and 2 down, and now you've got the left-hander on the mound, and Blunt trying to get a read on him, and thus far really not getting a great read in terms of maybe thinking about a stolen base right here. 1-2 with 2 outs. And the top half of inning number 1, and the pitch. Off speeder is a beauty, called strike 3. Nothing happening for Fremont here in inning number 1. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's Fremont 0, Hastings coming up, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Number 1 as the Hastings Sodbusters going to be sending Frank, Vettel, and Rich to the plate against Trey Nichols. Nichols, a right-handed pitcher, and he is out of Bowling Green, Missouri. He is a hometown guy, if you will, plays his college ball in Fremont at Midland. And he's a two-way player. He hits a little bit and goes on the mound as well. Went 2-2 with a couple of saves. Had a 7.7 ERA as he gets the start here on day number 1. Fremont defensively, they have Sammy Contakos doing the catching. It's Timon Long at first. At second base, Tyler Hummel. Third baseman is Ben Swales. The shortstop, Alec Villanueva. In left field, it's Christian Hobbs. The center fielder is Hunter Palmer. And in right field, Josh Blunt. Gorgeous day for baseball as temperatures in the 70s, a light breeze blowing straight in from center field. We did not see a home run hit last year in Sodbuster Baseball by the home team. And so it's kind of a rarity here. Meanwhile, you go on the road, you play some of those games in Wyoming or at altitude, and there's very high-scoring games elsewhere in the Independence League.
Yeah, and Hunter Swales, Trey Nichols, the pitcher for the Moo, the right-hander. You don't want to get too focused on spring ball too much, but it's always nice just to reference back, see how they've been doing. Past 2 appearances, has given up at least 5 runs in both those 2 appearances. He'll look to hang some zeros for the Moo tonight. And
first pitch strike to Gage Frank. Frank out of Des Moines Area Community College. The Bears went 31-25 in the spring, and a pretty good spring for Gage Frank, who fouls this pitch back. It's quickly 2 strikes. Frank hit .318. 8 home runs, 41 RBIs, and 51 runs scored. One of the things you do if you're a home run hitter, you have to adjust your approach here at Duncan Field. More of a line drive play, so if you put it high in the air, it's likely not going to get out of here as he fouls the 0-2 pitch away. It's still 2 strikes, no score, bottom of the first between Fremont and Hastings. And the next 0-2 pitch from Trey Nichols. This one is lined to left field. That is trouble, and Nichols has the first safety. He rounds first. He's headed for second. Here comes the throw. It's a double for Frank. Slid, didn't need to, so Gage Frank, a solid first at bat for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's at second base, bringing up Zach Vettel.
14 two-baggers for Frank at Des Moines Area Community College. And that's how you want to get the season started right there. A double down the left field line. Left fielder Hobbs played pretty far away from the line. Both corner outfielders playing very far away from the line, so anything down the line is going to be trouble for both teams with the extended foul area down the lines.
Zach Vettel to the plate now. He's out of Northwest Oklahoma State and takes strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Vettel. He's out of Plano, Texas. Played community college ball before moving on to Alva, Oklahoma, and did not play in the spring. No balls and 1 strike, the count on Vettel. As Trey Nichols out of the stretch, off-speed pitch is fouled away. It's quickly 2 strikes, so Nichols has worked ahead of the first 2 hitters. A 2-strike double from Gage Frank, and Vettel, if nothing else, a little ground ball to the right side, move that runner to third with less than 2 outs, because this is the epitome of a field to play small ball on. If you can find a way to manufacture runs, you have a chance to be pretty successful. Pretty good lead bat at second base, and a called strike 3 as Vettel could not pull the trigger. And going down looking is Zach Vettel for the first out for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Good spot by Nichols there, the pitcher. Out a third of the plate. And Vettel definitely looking something off speed with 2 strikes, as most hitters would, but good paint job there by Nichols. Moo have their first out.
And here's Corbin Rich with 1 on, 1 out, no score, bottom of the first, and the pitch is right across for a strike, no balls and 1 strike on Corbin Rich. Rich out of Northeast Community College. He's a Kearney guy. Nice to see some Bearcats playing their summer ball here in Hastings. 4 or 5 from Kearney High here this summer. 0-1 delivery, and this one is grounded right back up the middle. Deflected right to the second baseman. Throw to first in time. There are 2 outs as it actually goes 1-4-3 on the putout. Nichols just got a tick on it, and then it was handled cleanly by Tyler Hummel. There's 2 outs and a runner at third. No score, bottom of the first.
Number 15, Nick Jones.
Here comes Nick Jones. He's a returnee for the Hastings Sodbusters. Good to see him back with the team. Out of Arkansas Tech, he's one of the Wonder Boys on the squad. And first pitch foul, and he had a great spring after having a very solid summer a year ago. He hit .292 for the Sodbusters with 14 RBIs, 12 runs scored. About .383 for the spring, mostly in the DH role like he is here today. As the 0-1 pitch is drilled to right field, that's a base hit. Welcome to Hastings Jonesy as he gets his first RBI on his first swing of the bat. And the Sodbusters have taken an early 1-0 lead against the Fremont Moo.
Got to give Jones some respect in the outfield, playing him a little deeper than the past 3 hitters. Easy poke job into right field, easy run for the Busters. They're up 1-0.
Cannon Coakley will step to the plate now, right-handed hitting third baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters as he stands in. Coakley, another guy from Des Moines Area Community College, takes the first pitch strikes. A couple of Bears on the roster. They went 31-5 in the spring of that 2-year school, and Coakley hit .342, so very solid spring for him. As no balls and 1 strike with 2 outs, 1-0. Sodbusters on top, went after an off-speeder in the dirt, is way out in front, and Nichols has worked in front of the hitters today. He's way out in front of Coakley, and Coakley going to have to be aware of that fastball on the outside corner or the off-speeder here. We'll see if he can protect and keep the inning going as Jones leads away from first. 0-2 delivery and called strike 3. So Nichols able to strike out a couple, but does give up a run on 2 hits. The Sodbusters leave a man, and we head to the second inning. It's Hastings 1, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
This is Sodbuster Baseball. It's Steve Stein. It's Ryan Valenta. Connor Christensen, our engineer. We appreciate his work today. Connor Christian doing the pushing of the buttons and the video work here today as Fremont will send its 5, 6, and 7 hitters up there against Marcus Miller. Miller throwing 13 pitches in that first inning. Did have a 2-out hit batsman, but able to strike out a man to end the inning. And here is Timon Long. Right-handed hitter against the lefty on the mound, and the pitch is off the fist. It's a one-hopper to the shortstop, deep in the hole. Long throw, out at first. What a play, Marcos Cabranes. Welcome to the Sodbusters. Those kinds of plays are going to make you a fan favorite.
Little smile there by Cabranes. Go ahead, kid. That's a great play from deep short, and that little strip of grass right before it gets to the outfield. Nice backhand play. Easy throw to first, and not to mention the dig by Rich out at first. Great play on both ends.
Corbin Rich, the first baseman of Hastings Sodbusters. So 1 out, nobody on, 1-0. Hastings on top. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes on the man at the plate now. That is Hayden Crawford. Crawford out of Midland University. Another one of the guys who plays his college ball in Fremont, home of the Moo. He had a really good spring. How about 369, 11 home runs for him, and he hits this one to deep center field, but not nearly deep enough as it hangs up in the wind. Lane Shires, Kearney Products says no problem. 2 quick outs here in the second. 2 up, 2 down. Hastings on top, 1-0. And that will bring to the plate Alec Villanueva for the Fremont Moo. Villanueva, a Texan. He's another Midland University guy. And he hit 316 in the spring. 38 RBIs, 36 runs scored. The Midland squad went 22-28, 12-16 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes on Villanueva, and you would probably think that Marcus Miller had a chance to pitch against some of these Midland guys. He was a regular starter for Joel Skipper, the new head man, and the Hastings College head coach. Michigan native is Skipper. Bouncing ball right side, high chopper to the second baseman. It's fielded cleanly, thrown to first in time. Zach Vettel, no problem there to throw out Villanueva, and a very easy 1-2-3 inning. Fremont down in order. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's Hastings 1, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Fast moving baseball here in the Independence League. It is 1-0 Hastings way to the bottom of the second. It'll be Shires, Cabranes, and Wortman to go against Trey Nichols. Nichols threw strikes, but just had a couple of go against him. Gage Frank with the leadoff double, advanced on a ground out and scored the RBI single from Nick Jones. It's a good start here for Hastings against the Fremont Moo, a team which has really been their nemesis since they came into existence, really. 2 teams meeting 14 times last year. Hastings got off to a decent start against Fremont, but kind of like against everybody they played down the stretch, just had a heck of a time finishing games and finishing the season with just 3-11 against the Moo. As we see Lane Shires step in, and he swings and misses. No balls, 1 strike. Shires played a few games early for this Hastings team a year ago, but he's going to be a regular member of the Sodbusters this year. He's out of Northwest Missouri State and Kearney High, and swings and misses here. And again, Nichols working in front of all the hitters so far, so it's good to see Shires get an opportunity to play a complete summer here near home. And a swing and a miss, 3-pitch strikeout. Nichols, very good pitch selection there, and Shires goes down on 3 pitches.
I know there's no pitch clock here for the Independence League, but teams are sure playing like there is one right now, it seems like.
And I love crisply played baseball games. Yeah, Nichols does not mess around. He gets up there and he fires it in there. And here is Marcos Cabranes, who's already made a couple of good defensive plays. Takes this pitch just a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Marcos Cabranes, the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. They went 33-22 and made an NCAA regional again this year. Line drive, center field. Diving attempt made. Not successful. Cabranes around first. He's headed to second, and he's got the second double of the game for the Hastings Sodbusters. Cabranes with a 1-out double, and the Sodbusters are in business again.
There's a Hunter Palmer in center field, a little shaken up, and great effort by the center fielder there. Just, it almost looked like he didn't need to dive for that. As soon as he reached out, the ball actually went, it's almost like off his forearm instead of on the extended, stretched out glove. But should go out as a double down in the books, and Sodbusters again in the second inning with man in scoring position.
And here comes Rusty Wortman, left-handed hitting catcher for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-0, Sodbusters on top and looking for more. The pitch a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Rusty Wortman. Wortman, another Northeast Community College Hawk. They went 39-22, an NC National Junior College Athletic Association 2 regional qualifier. Swings and fouls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wortman. And Wortman, a pretty solid spring. 302, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs, 33 runs scored for Rusty Wortman for the Hastings Sodbusters. A big lead for Cabranes out at second base. Cabranes was very solid for the Wonder Boys in the spring. Fouls this pitch away, and it takes a weird hop. Now they do have a late call of foul ball. That took all kinds of spins off the artificial turf here at Duncan Field.
Well, that hit Wortman somewhere on the box, and it didn't seem like the home plate umpire recognized it. It took Tim Stroman out in the field to call that a foul ball. Usually that's a home plate umpire's call, but obviously he didn't see that.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1-0 here in inning number 2. The pitch is fisted on the third base side. Foul territory, a long run and no chance. Ben Swales tried to give it a look but couldn't quite get there. It's now 1-2 on Rusty Wortman with Marcos Cabranes at second base after he got a double. Cabranes had 32 RBIs and 32 runs scored for the 33-22 Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. It's been a good pipeline. Arkansas Tech, of course, the colors are the same, so they can just kind of wear the same gear as the pitch is fouled away again. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Is that rattling around here at Duncan Field? Somebody's going to get a souvenir, one of the young folks in attendance. Righty-lefty matchup, still 1-2 on Rusty Wortman. 1-0 Sodbusters on top. Runner in scoring position, 1 man out. Bottom of the second already as it's a fast-moving game. This one hit high in the air, right field, and that's going to be playable for Josh Blunt. Camps underneath it. Cabranes tags. He's going to try for third. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. So runner in third base with 2 outs. Good base running there for Cabranes. Never hesitated. It's a fly out to right for Wortman, and a runner at third with 2 outs, and Nolan Oliver will try to bring him home for the Hastings Sodbusters.
A little closer play than you would like, especially with only 1 out. You don't want to get your second and third out at third base, but Cabranes showing off that speed.
And here comes Nolan Oliver out of Bentonville, Arkansas. This team very much an Arkansas flavor. You mentioned the fact we got the Arkansas Tech guys, and there are other Arkansas players. Kind of getting a reputation down there that this is a nice place to send your sons to play summer ball, and so getting a few more Arkansas kids as the pitch misses. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike on Nolan Oliver. Oliver played his college ball in the spring at Highland Community College, the Scotties down at the Jayhawk Conference. Pitch is down low for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike on Nolan Oliver. And Oliver hit .205 in the spring, played in 32 games for Highland Community College. 2-1 with 2 outs. 1-0 Sodbusters on top, bottom half of inning number 2, and the 2-1 pitch. Just misses outside, and that is the first 3-ball count issued by Trey Nichols. He has been really good around the zone, and see if the Sodbusters can work a walk here and get back to the top of the order. 3-1 delivery on the inside corner for strike 2, 3-2 now on Nolan Oliver. The Hastings Sodbusters and the Fremont Moo, the season opener. 2 teams will play again tomorrow, but that'll be in Fremont. 3-2 pitch and swung at 1 in the dirt. He is going to go to first. Runner going to try to score from third, but there was 2 outs anyway. They just complete the strikeout as Oliver goes down to end the inning. So the 1-out double does not come to fruition. No runs on 1 hit and 1 man left. We head to inning number 3. It's Hastings 1 and Fremont nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season.
For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner. Hastings 1, Fremont nothing. We head to the third inning, and here is Ryan Valenta.
Good to have you in Sodbusters booth with us. Myself, Ryan Valenta, and Steve Stein, bringing you game one of 33 home games here for Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings holding a 1-0 advantage over the Moo. Marcus Miller back out for his third inning of work. No hits, no runs allowed by the lefty pitcher so far. Miller, the only lefty on the Sodbuster roster throwing-wise as of the moment. And he will face the lefty Christian Hobbs. 8-9-1 due up for the Moo in top of the third inning. So far, so good for Miller. Besides the first inning hit by pitch, it's been pretty darn good. First pitch to Hobbs. It's low. Ball one. The line, Miller delivers a 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Marcus Miller, as we mentioned earlier, from Hastings College. 12 appearances, started 10 games for the Broncos. Off speed and just got Hobbs to offer at that. Fouls that away. A lot of innings for Miller, the lefty. 59 innings pitched this spring. If there's any doubt whether he's loose or not, he's ready to go. That pitch is not close. Count evens at 2 apiece. Two and two, Miller to Hobbs. And that's just missed inside, almost grazed the jersey of Hobbs. Count improves to full. Hobbs, an Omaha native, Blackhawk Community College ball player. He's finished his sophomore year. Rope to right field, a base hit. So on a full count, Hobbs dunks one into right field for the first Moo hit of the ball game. And that's a leadoff single. Put Hobbs on. And the bottom of the order, Tyler Hummel coming up for the Moo.
Hobbs picking up right where he left off in the spring. He had 394 for the Blackhawk Moline Braves in the spring.
So one more batter to get until the Moo lineup rolls over. Miller delivers ball one, just second base runner in 8 appearances to the plate for the Moo. That's off the plate and wide. Tyler Hummel, freshman now sophomore from Nolensville, Tennessee. Humidity in Nebraska these upcoming months will be just about the Tennessee humidity. Ground ball to short over to Cabranes. On to second for one. The turn to first is in time. Cabranes starts the 6-4-3 double play. And that leadoff single is erased. 2 outs for the Busters here in the third.
Hager's an early fan favorite here at Duncan Field, or at least an early announcer favorite. Man, you love the way that Marcos Cabranes handles himself out of the middle infield spot. A nice turn there for the Hastings Sodbuster, Zach Vettel, to erase the base runner.
Now, small sample size and 2 2/3 innings, but Cabranes has looked smooth offensively and defensively so far. Back to the top of the Moo order, Hunter Palmer. Playing center field. Speaking of Cabranes, tried to dive to rob Cabranes, but was unsuccessful. Cabranes left stranded up the middle over to second base and through to center field, just out of the reach of Zach Vidal at second base. And 2 hits in the inning for the Moo, but now with 2 outs.
Number 13.
So that brings up Ben Swales. Playing third base today for the Moo, grounded out to shortstop to Cabranes. Miller's first pitch is high and outside. Hastings up 1-0 in the top half of the third inning. 3 hits for the Sodbusters, 2 for the Moo. Pickoff throw first. And back in time. Palmer at first for the Moo. Swales at the plate. 1-0. Up high, picked back to first. Swales back in. Sodbusters keeping a close eye on Swales there at first. Can't imagine he'd be stealing with 2 outs, and especially with a lefty on the mound, but first game of the season, you want to play all your cards and all that you can. Breaking ball is too high. Count goes to 3-0.
We mentioned Hunter Palmer over at first. He's the leadoff guy, so you figure he probably has a little bit of speed, and maybe you try to get him in scoring position because you're going to have to manufacture and play station to station. You're not getting many extra base hits here at Duncan.
3-0 taking all the way. Swales takes a strike. Kind of in the job description for a leadoff hitter. Got to be fast, got to get on base. Swales has done the latter, and pickoff throw is back in time. Third try to first now in this at-bat. 3-1. Miller comes home. Swing and a miss. Swales comes up empty on the elevated fastball. So now with a full count and 2 outs, Palmer will be on the move. And here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Miller gets him to chase. It was probably ball 4, but Miller records his second strikeout of the game. Fremont leaves 1 man on. They do not score. Sodbusters coming up in the bottom of the 3rd.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, Hastings 1, Fremont nothing. As the bottom of the 3rd inning comes to fruition, Sodbusters bring up their top of the order Gage Frank, Zach Vidal, Corbin Rich to bat against Trey Nichols, making his 3rd inning of work. A little bit of a rocky start for Nichols. Gave up the leadoff double to Gage Frank, who will be the leadoff batter. He came around to score, and even last inning, some traffic on the bases. Cabranes with the 1-out double left stranded at 3rd base. Sodbusters will try to keep the pressure on Nichols and the Moo here in the 3rd. First pitch in there for a called strike. Here's the 0-1 from Nichols. Check swing did not go, and pitch down and out. So tough as a hitter, you get a fastball in the same spot. That curveball or slider starts off in the same spot, just falls off the table. Ground ball to 3rd, backhanded over there by Swales. Long throw to 1st is in time. Swales with a good play over there at 3rd, and Frank is retired. He's now 1 for 2.
Really good job for Swales, the University of Iowa recruit, to make it look easy over at 3rd, and so the Sodbusters unsuccessful. They've had their leadoff man 1 out of 3 times here early on.
Second baseman Zach Vidal for the Sodbusters. And he went around there, could not hold up his swing. Struck out looking back in the 1st. Vidal fouls off strike 2. Vidal, Texas kid, playing here in Hastings for the summer, Northwest Oklahoma State, so stops have kept driving him north. That pitch is outside and mishandled by Cantekos back there behind the plate.
Well, that was really close. You wonder if he would have caught it cleanly if it would have been called strike 3.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Steve. I was going to say, you know, catchers, if you frame that just right, you might get the call there. And there's another called strike 3, and Vidal is caught looking for the 2nd time. That one on the outer edge and off speed again. And he'll be sat back down in the dugout. Good start in the third for Nichols. 2 up, 2 down.
He does not look like a guy, does Trey Nichols, who had a 7.47 ERA in the spring. But sometimes you have one bad outing and you never catch up.
So 2 outs. Third hole hitter Corbin Rich. As we talked about, Kearney High School product. Takes that breaking ball upstairs. Hit .377 for the Bearcats in high school and made first team All-State his last year with the Bearcats. Ground ball to short. Hummel is there, comes in a few steps and makes the play. That 3 up, 3 down for Trey Nichols and the Moo. Sodbusters go quietly after 3 innings. 1 run for the Busters, none for the Moo. We'll be back with the top of the 4th after this.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Sodbusters 1, Fremont nothing here at Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. Ryan Valento alongside Steve Stein. Thank you for joining us for the Sodbuster home opener. It's been all Marcus Miller so far. No, say the parachute race.
If you're watching, you see the little yellow pile in the middle of Duncan Field. They had the parachute race, and one of the kids had to dig himself out of the parachute before it was all said and done. Sorry, Ryan, that's why I was laughing.
Well, I was wondering. I saw a limp, motionless parachute that had just crossed home plate, and as I was talking to you during the break, Steve, looking at second base, like somebody's got to fall, but they kept their balance, those little guys. So
just a lawsuit waiting to happen,
and that's what waivers are for. 3, 4, 5 for the Moo here in the top of the 4th. Marcus Miller picks up where he left off, pumping in strikes to Josh Blunt, right fielder for the Moo. 1, grounded to the left side and through a base hit. Infield had a Blunt shifted a little bit to the right side, and that ball found the perfect spot. Blunt is on with his first hit of the game. Now 3 hits apiece even for the Moo and the Busters.
And for the second time in a row, Fremont had its leadoff man aboard. The last time, that guy was erased with a double play. Buster fans would take something similar right here off the bat of Sammy Cantekos.
Cantekos, in his lone plate appearance, was not able to put the ball in play. Was punched out looking. Swinging foul ball.
Hastings College alumni are difference makers in Hastings, across the country, and around the world. You can find our Broncos everywhere, including on the mound.
After the foul ball, Cantekos digs back in. Blunt with the leadoff single, remains at first. And that ball gets by the catcher, Wortman. And that will allow Blunt to advance to second base on the wild pitch. That turf can be tricky. With dirt, you usually know where that ball's going to bounce, but any weird spots in those turf, that's just going to bounce right over Wortman, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Best chance for Fremont. First time they've had a guy reach second base.
So nobody out. Runner in scoring position for Fremont. Pitch is just outside. Cantekos with a great eye. So 2-1 the count. Marcus Miller working from a little bit of a hole now. 2-1, way outside. So hitter's counts is what Cantekos will face in his 5th pitch of the at-bat. Infield playing Cantekos pretty much straight up, outfield the same. I mentioned the wind just slightly blowing in and a little bit to left field. And that pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. So Miller walks his first batter of the game. And now first and second, that sets up the double play again. But now with 2 on for the Moo.
Best opportunity of the day for the Fremont Moo, and now Marcus Miller, see what he's made of, facing his first real threat of the day. He's kind of been rolling through the first 3 innings here today at Duncan Field.
Here's the first pitch, called a strike to Timon Long. The second inning, Timon Long led off and was robbed on a great backhanded play by Cabranes at short. He now bats with 2 on, nobody out. Hastings 1-0 lead over Fremont. And that pitch is outside. Blunt at second base for the Moo. Cantekos at first. Long, the batter, gets the call on the outside corner for a strike. Now the count goes to 1-2. Big pitch here for Miller. We're able to get a strikeout here, and that sets up a potential inning-ending double play afterwards. And that pitch is in the left-handed batter's box. Count evens at 2 apiece. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Moo after Long, 5th hole hitter. 2-2, swing and a miss. A little something soft on the outside edge, and Long can't lay off. He is struck out. 3rd strikeout of the day for Marcus Miller.
And a big spot for it with runners at first and second, and you mentioned it, Ryan, a double play ball, and he could be out of trouble after first and second, nobody out.
We'll see if the announcer speak it into existence does anything here. It's early in the season, though. Might take a couple games for that to work. First pitch is inside. Hayden Crawford, designated hitter. Flew out to Shires in center field. One ball, no strikes, 1 out for the Sodbusters. Fouled away.
Nebraska Realty provides resources on new home developments, home builder information, builder galleries, floor plans, and much more.
Miller getting some good work out there. Throwing more pitches every inning so far. Moo with a threat here, first and second. Breaking ball does not get back to the plate. As Crawford's watching that one all the way. 2-1 count here. The Moo designated hitter. Lefty comes set, delivers a 2-1. Fly ball to left center field. Coming on is the left fielder, and that's Oliver making the catch. Right in the gap, Nolan Oliver with the grab. And a big second out for Miller. Runners remain at first and second for Fremont.
Marcus, an outstanding job of making big pitches with the heat on. First and second, nobody out. Gets the strikeout of Long, a fly out to Crawford, and now if they can get Villanueva, he can survive this inning still with the Sodbusters on top.
Just heard Brian and Jason. There's something big in play if we're able to strike Villanueva out. Ball one's up high.
Fans love it, you know. They're just the old beer batter is coming up. There's just a little added incentive when this guy comes to the plate. If he strikes out, there's some sort of beer special.
So this is the beer buster guy. All right.
Yep.
Lined up the middle. Cabranes dives, makes the stop onto second, and he's out. Cabranes with his second web gem of the day. A diving stop up the middle robs Villanueva of a hit, and that strands runners 2 left on for the Moo. They do not score. Miller gets out unscathed, just giving up the 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Hastings up 1-0. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Bottom of the fourth inning here. Fremont and Hastings. Their home openers here at Duncan Field in Hastings. This is Ryan Valenta alongside Steve Stein, bringing you the first of 3 games in this series. We play home, away, home against the Fremont Moo the next 3 days. Trey Nichols for the Moo back out on the mound. Pitched 3 pretty good innings, with the first inning blemish of the leadoff double coming around to score, but has been pretty darn good otherwise. Set down the last 6 of 7 hitters. The Sodbusters bring 4, 5, 6 up to the plate. And Nick Jones will lead us off. Left-handed hitting designated hitter. Drove in the Sodbusters' first run. And takes first offering from Nichols outside. Jones ready, grounds it up the middle, high hopper, this will be trouble. Third baseman comes in and makes the play. Kind of in no man's land in the infield, Swales makes the nice play at third base to retire Jones for the first out.
Covered a lot of ground, good instincts there, and you mentioned when it chopped off the turf, you thought maybe there was a chance, but Swales made it look pretty easy and had time to throw out Jones.
1 out for the Busters. Cannon Coakley steps in. First pitch breaking ball's in there for a strike. Coakley, the Sodbuster third baseman. Big swing and a miss. Kind of same pitch, just went down the well a little bit more. And got the swing. Coakley struck out looking, but this time grounds it to third. That's Swales again, long throw over to first, perfect. And quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Sodbusters. And Nichols has really set in nicely, retiring 8 of 9 now.
Yeah, both pitchers, you can't ask for much more to start here this 2023 season. Both guys pitched really well, really fun baseball as we are headed toward the middle innings.
Now 2 outs. Lane Shires steps up to the plate. Takes ball 1. 1-0 with 2 outs. Hastings up 1-0. Pop-up. That's an elevator shaft pop-up. They're coming from everywhere. Looks like it's going to be Swales. It is again. And the third baseman himself is responsible for all 3 outs. Sodbusters go 1, 2, 3. We've played 4 complete. Hastings leads 1-0 over Fremont. We will have the 5th on right after this on Sodbuster Baseball. Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. Now, my job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Top of the 5th inning, Hastings leads Fremont 1-0. We're going to send it back over to Steve Stein, and he's going to sit down with our GM and owner, Scott Galusha, for the 5th inning.
Thank you very much, Ryan. 1-0 Sodbusters on top. A leadoff double from Gage Frank. 2-out single from Nick Jones. That back in the first, and that has been it. As Fremont going to be sending its 8, 9, and 1 hitters up there as Christian Hobbs will step in. He singled his last time up. And tell you what, it's got fun baseball. Man, this is really entertaining. 1-0. Love this kind of baseball.
It is good. It's good defensively. Both teams are playing hard. We're throwing a lot of strikes, so this is what we want. I'd like to have a couple more numbers on that scoreboard, but hey, at least we're on the right side currently.
And the first pitch is across for strike, no balls and 1 strike, and getting just what you need out of Marcus Miller. He knows how to pitch in this park, and he's taking advantage of all of the dimensions of this field.
You know, Steve, I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not the dumbest, and so when we're going to start and we don't know a lot about everybody yet, and everybody's trying to find their role, we go to a guy that understands what to do at this place, and he's doing a great job. Just so we thought, keep us in the game, throw strikes.
Bouncing ball back up the middle. Great effort for Zach Vettel, but he can't come up with it. I'll tell you, your 2 middle infielders have shown a lot of range. Vettel and, oh my goodness, Marcos Cabranes has had a great first 4 innings of defense. You kind of previewed it before this game, and that's why you're the GM and owner. You look like a genius.
That's right. You know, honestly, both those 2 middle infielders are both catchers.
Wow.
Yeah, they're both catchers, but they're both good athletes. They're not your prototypical catchers, and they're just good players. So you'll see Cabranes will probably catch tomorrow night, I would think, either that or Thursday. And so you'll see him out there a lot, give a break every once in a while. But those are both really good athletes that can help us out in a lot of places.
As up there now is Fremont number 9 hitter Tyler Hummel. He grounded into a double play his last time up on the aforementioned great play from Marcos Cabranes, who took away a sure single and turned it into 2 outs. 2-0 the count here. We're in the top of the 5th. The Sodbusters are on top 1-0. And Scott, great to have you up with us, and the enthusiasm when you start a season. Of course, everybody thinks they're going to win the Independence League title, but it's just exciting to see where the pieces fit and to try to put it all together here early in the year.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to get here. We don't get to just show up at Duncan Field and roll the baseball out and call it good. So we've done a lot of work with Trevor and Tim Johnson and the rest of our staff to get us prepared to ready to go tonight. And the weather's been nice and got a pretty good crowd and a pretty good ball game so far.
And a 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter. You say you get a single to the 8 hitter, 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter. That is never good news.
No, that's not a good start. And that's why Joel went out there, talked to him right away. And I'm sure we're going to get a couple guys scurrying in the dugout or the bullpen. They're moving around a little over there, and we'll see what happens.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it just part of the game. And you felt like we had a couple opportunities early, and you got to take advantage of those. And Fremont's a good team, and they're going to keep fighting, and we got to make a couple plays here.
And Fremont probably thinking the same thing. They had 2 hits in the 3rd, unable to score, and they had 1st and 2nd, nobody out in the 4th. And really impressed with the way Miller came back to get a strikeout, a fly out, and a fielder's choice grounder to end that frame, including Cabranes with a diving stop up the middle to throw to second, because Fremont probably gets it tied if he doesn't make that play.
Absolutely. He's a phenomenal athlete, and again, he's just we get to see everything on day one with him, but he's a good hitter too, and he's got timing off a little bit today, but he'll be just fine.
Hunter Palmer, leadoff man up there, taking ball 1 as Miller's lost the strike zone a little bit. He did hit a man early, but that last 4-pitch walk was his first walk of the day. He's been around the zone, throwing 53 pitches coming to this frame, so his pitch count pretty good shape. Yeah. But now working to the leadoff man, Hunter Palmer, and throws ball 2. Get out, Scott. Get out.
I can do that. I'm as superstitious as the next guy.
Sometimes.
We've had some things go our way in here, but it's gone both ways sometimes, and I'm more than happy to hand the. If it ain't going right, I can get out of here in a hurry.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
No,
that's okay.
Yeah, that's a fly ball in Duncan Field. We'll take that. Fly ball to right. Yep. Runner at second will tag. Here comes the throw.
Good job.
And that'll be cut off. There will be runners at the corners, but they do get that big first out. Hunter Palmer with the fly ball out to right field on the 2-0 pitch. Ben Swales and Josh Blunt to bat. Hobbs at third, Hummel at first. 1-0 Sodbusters continue to lead it. We're talking with Scott Galusha as season openers here. A lot of fun stuff. Pretty good first day crowd, I think.
Yeah, not too bad for a Tuesday night. Weather's good, and so our support's always been good. We have a great base of season ticket holders, and they're out here in droves tonight, so it's a good crowd. Just hope we get off the season with a W if we can do what we can.
Blew it right by Ben Swales. Could not catch up to that, who's gone 0 for 2, including a strikeout against Marcus Miller. You've got Miller, the Hastings guy, several other Hastings guys, a couple of Grand Island, and really a big Kearney presence for the summer.
We do this year. We have a big presence from Kearney this year. It just worked out that way. And part of a 3-headed monster from Iowa Western. 2 of those kids are from Kearney, and you'll see a lot of them on the bump. And so we're excited about that. Corbin Rich is a big kid from Kearney as well. He's got a lot of potential. Right now he's playing at JUCO, but he's getting some Division I looks. He's a great, big, strong kid. And then Lane Shires is one of my favorite people of all time. He's a great kid. He's the epitome of a Swiss Army knife. He can do about everything for us, including catch. We got about 5 guys that can catch if we need it, which is kind of nice.
Pitch is outside. It's a 1-ball and 2-strike count on Ben Swales with runners at the corners. 1-0 Sodbusters on top. And you mentioned the versatility, particularly early in the year. Now, I was actually surprised there are like 16 or 17 in uniform today of the numbers you have here on the 23rd of May.
You know, it's always, as a league, we kind of decided, do you want to start in June and then worry about your rosters in August, or do you want to start in May and worry about your starting rosters? And so as a league, we've decided to be a little thin to start with. And, it's 6 of one and half a dozen the other, but we've got a pretty good contingent of our guys, and several guys got done playing literally on Saturday or Sunday and drove up here and are ready to play. So that's a testament to the kind of kids we have, and they want to keep playing baseball, and so that's really neat that they want to play.
That's what I was going to say. You'd think they'd want to take a week, but you had guys driving in last night. Some of those are in uniform and playing today, and that's just really neat because you only can play baseball so many days in your life, and by golly, you may as well keep it going while you can.
Exactly. Nick Jones and Marcos Cabranes got in last night about 10 o'clock. And I talked to them this morning. I said, hey, we're taking a look. Not sure what the lineup looks like, but do you need a break? And they both said, nope, put me in the lineup. And I said, well, I don't know about that yet, but we'll figure it out. But it worked out that way.
2-2 pitch. Pretty good at-bat going here for Ben Swales. It just continues to battle here. The 9th pitch of the at-bat for Ben Swales. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Sodbusters on top 1-0. But you got a sense that this is a real pivotal inning in this game for Marcus Miller and the Sodbusters.
We did a nice job defensively on that fly ball to right. We hit the cut, kept the double play in line, and hopefully we can get a ground ball here. Or a strikeout.
Strikeout's all right. Maybe not much of a strikeout pitcher, but he's accumulating some here. A strikeout each of the last 3 innings, and now 4 in the game for Marcus Miller.
Exactly. We knew what we get from Marcus Miller. He's a left-handed version of Watson from last year. He's not gonna wow you with the radar gun. He throws hard enough to be effective, and he's around the plate. And when you do that at Duncan Field, you're gonna have a chance to win a lot of games.
Chance to get out of this with no damage done after seeing the 8 and 9 hitters reach a flyout and a strikeout. But Josh Blunt has not been retired today. Hit batsman and a single for him. It's Steve Stein. It's Scott Galusha, our GM for the Hastings Sodbusters here in inning number 5 with the Sodbusters on top 1-0 as the pitch is right across for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. A split 3-game series home today, there tomorrow, back here on Thursday. I know 30-some home games, so a good opportunity for people to come out. You can check out the schedule, HastingsSodbusters.com. We'd love to have you join us in person.
We got the greatest schedule of all time. We have 33 home games, 21 road games, and that doesn't make a big difference for the people that want to come out to our games, but our guys love it. Less bus time, and we're excited. We do play Fremont a lot, at least early in the season, then we won't see them for a while, and so that's good. And we like our schedule. We like our team. We're happy with the guys that we've got here already. So, last year we had a chance to make the playoffs early and then didn't play very well, and we think we've got a roster that's good enough to compete in our division, and hopefully we'll stay in it and make it competitive for the whole season.
And plus the footprint of the Independence League as a whole is smaller. You don't have the Idaho team. It moved to Wyoming. So overall, the road trips with $4 gas is probably, makes it a little more palatable for everybody. Somebody's not having to make that huge road trip. There's an Idaho team, which is actually a traveling team, which is going to play some of those teams in that region, which is kind of cool too. So again, everybody gets more home games.
Yeah, we have a team on the western, kind of the northwestern side that's going to play just home games, just road games. games, and then we have, of course, Nebraska prospects on our side. They're just playing road games, and that makes it nice for everybody in our league. Just a little bit more home games make it nice. Now, we do have to go to Dickinson twice, so that's quite a few miles, but for the most part, our travel is pretty good. Anytime you only have 21 road games in 54 games, we should be in pretty good shape.
3-2 pitch, runner at first, he'll take off, pitch, just misses off the inside part of the plate. Sodbuster fans thought it was strike 3. Miller was hoping for it as well. Not called that way, and now there's going to be runners at every base, and a huge moment in this game now, the Sodbusters clinging to a 1-0 lead.
I think that was a good pitch. It was a pretty hard take. My gut feeling says it was a ball. It was pretty close to take, but a good discipline by him, and he's been hot, so it doesn't break my heart that we didn't let him beat us, but not that the 4-hole is any better, but I like my chances a little bit better with this guy.
And your gut says, but your heart says strike 3. But I'll tell you, really good
Yes.
job. I think Jason Seitz done a great job behind home plate so far today, and Tim Stroman out in the field. And two good umpires here to work this Sodbuster game.
Yeah, it's nice. We have Arbiter Sports, and so they run all our umpires, and we've got a good crew of guys that understand what we do. And so it's nice that we don't have different guys all the time, and that makes it easier on everybody.
And a pitch across. Quickly 2 strikes on Sammy Contakos. Contakos struck out his first time up, walked in the 4th. He's down to the count 0-2, and Marcus Miller made some quality pitches against Blunt, trying to find a way to get it by Contakos and keep it a 1-0 game.
Make a good pitch here. Oh, baby.
Sodbuster fans would have taken strike 3. Marcus Miller jumps up and down on the mound. I think he was kind of hoping for strike 3 as well, but we'll do it again at 1-2. And the pressure mounts. It's only the 5th, but like I say, this just feels like a pivotal moment in this game.
It does.
1-2 pitch on the way. That's outside. So now we're back to 2-2. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 1-0 Sodbusters clinging to the lead. The Fremont Moo have out-hit the Sodbusters 4-3, but looking for a big hit here to perhaps grab the lead for the first time.
And this is a big pitch. You don't want to go. This is the action pitch here.
2-2 pitch inside. Now it's 3-2, so the runners will be off with the pitch, and a gapper likely scores 3 here at Duncan Field.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now we just didn't want to go 3-2 here. Kind of advantage back to the hitter here. Got to make sure our defense plays the ball first, and got to make them earn it here. That's trouble.
Hit into the left center field gap.
We got it. Yes!
It's caught. The Hastings Sodbusters steal it. Nolan Oliver says, thank you very much.
Beautiful.
So does Scott Galusha, and the Sodbusters still lead it 1-0. We're not going to take a break because I got to get Scott's perspective on this.
The one part that's really nice about this, Steve, is we recruit that. Okay, now I'm not taking credit for this, but at Duncan Field we play 2 or 3 center fielders. You have to have good athletes out there, and so we're not going to put that big burly guy that can hit out in one of those corner spots. It's athletes out there all over the place, and that time it paid great benefits for us. A great play, just a huge play at the right time for us. So great job for the Sodbusters and Nolan Oliver. That's how you make yourself a household name right out of the get-go.
And last year, you get the fans, chanting your name. We need to start getting the Oliver.
Yeah, they'll come up with something, make
And,
another play like that, and good things happen. And I'm happy for him. He was a kid that we brought in kind of as a utility guy, and he's really, we've only had 3 or 4 days of kind of workouts or practice, but he's really shown himself really well. He's been coachable. He's done what we asked him to do, and he's looked really good both at the plate and the field. And matter of fact, this morning he was going to play shortstop, but when we decided to play Cabranes there, we decided to move him to left field, and what a fantastic play to pick us up. And now it'd be really good. This is when we have a chance to put a little distance between us, make a big play. The momentum's in the Busters dugout. We got to go out and scratch one across here.
1-0 the scores ahead of the bottom of the 5th. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Cabranes, Wortman, and the aforementioned Nolan Oliver, another Arkansas guy. We were talking about the Arkansas connection. A lot of Arkansas Tech kids, and you said you actually had a couple of parents from Arkansas get your reputation and said, we're sending our boys up to the north.
That's what we really like. I always say our old players are our best recruiters, And we have 2 sets of little brothers on our teams, so that tells you that we're making strides with families, and those people are telling their friends, hey, here's where you go. And so that's a testament to what we do here, our staff and everybody that we do here in Hastings, and it's wonderful when we start that. So we've got several guys from Arkansas. Randy Jones, Nick and Grant's dad, was responsible for getting a couple guys in contact with us, which has been great. We've got a couple real good contacts on the West Coast as well. So, the word's getting out that this is a nice place to play, and it's making it easier for us to fill those roster spots.
The aforementioned Marcos Cabranes batting now. He is 1 for 1 on the day, a double his last time up, along with some sizzling defensive plays. Marcos Cabranes, early fan favorite here. He's out of Puerto Rico, an Arkansas Tech wonder boy, and he is batting on the right side against a really good right-hander. Trey Nichols has thrown it really well for the Fremont Moo today.
Yeah, we need to keep. I don't know. Do you have his pitch count? Do you know where he's at?
I had him 45 coming into this inning. He was really doing a good job, and Miller was in good shape before a 29 pitch inning in the top.
That was a long one for sure.
Yep.
But we need to get. I feel like we're at least a little bit deeper, at least early in the season, than most teams we're going to play. So we've got to get into that bullpen and make them use it a little bit, and that's going to help us not only tonight, but our first 6 home games I think are spread out over 2 weeks, and they're all against Fremont. So we're going to see these guys again.
And Trey Nichols gets his 6th strikeout of the day as he got Cabranes swinging. It'll bring up Rusty Wortman, who flew out his first time up. He's a left-handed hitter up there against the righty. Trey Nichols, and talking about it with Ryan earlier, you look at spring numbers. Here's a ground ball right at the second baseman, throw to first in time, 2 quick outs. But you look at spring numbers and early numbers, sometimes it's such a small body of work. Nichols with an ERA of about 8, and sometimes you look at those numbers and they're just not really indicative of what kind of guy you got.
Yeah, you got to do some work. You got to look at some of those mechanics, and you got to see kind of where he's at and what positions that he was in. And it's a growth for a lot of these guys, especially pitching at our level in this league. We're going to get most of the pitchers that we get are going to have some deficiency, meaning
Go ahead.
They're going to throw hard, or maybe can't throw too many strikes, or we're going to struggle with some velocity. So we're always working at some of those things.
The 11th man retired in a row as Nolan Oliver goes down. That was a quick inning. You want to take a break there, Scott?
I'm going to let Ryan get back at this, and I'm going to go do what I got to do out there in the stands, but I appreciate it, and I'll be back Thursday night. I got to do a quick shout-out, though. I got daughters. My closest daughter is 20 hours away. So hi, Amanda. Allie is on a plane heading to Taiwan, and Maddie is at UMass. And then I've got friends and family all over the place watching. My uncle Jim and Gail are most likely watching, heading up there next week. So hi to you guys. I'm excited to get there, and I kind of miss my family a little bit from time to time, but I get to say hi to them all here. So hi everybody, and my grandkids, which is a great deal, by the way. Hi to everybody. Can't wait to see you here, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Scott Galush, owner, general manager of the Hastings Sodbusters. It's 1-0 Hastings as we get set to go for inning number 6. And almost a little surprise, Marcus Miller, who has 82 pitches thrown. He's back out there. I thought maybe they would give him a little break because he did not get much time in the dugout after having to throw a lot of pressure pitches. But he is going to take the field for inning number 6. And with inning number 6, we're going to give it back to the man, Ryan Valenta, here as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball.
Well, thanks for the break, Steve and Scott. Nice to just be a spectator. I'm still keeping my book, of course, but I'm right there with you, Steve. Miller had a little bit of a troubling 5th inning. You thought, maybe it's good enough for one day. Like 5 innings of shutout baseball is pretty darn good, especially in summer ball. But like you said, you're trying to save your bullpen, save your other arms here in the opening portion of the season. When I was out in the field earlier, I counted 16 in full uniform for the Sodbusters, and they do have a man warming in the bullpen right now. So see how long of a leash that Miller has right now. But he's going to try and go 6, and that's Tex Cook out in the Sodbuster bullpen, excuse me. But we'll see how long Miller can go. Sodbusters lead 1-0. 4 hits, no runs for the Moo. 3 hits on 1 run for the Sodbusters. So Miller faces 6 batters last inning. Went walk, single, sacrifice, fly. A strikeout and then a walk loaded the bases, but then that great running catch by Nolan Oliver in left field kept the game scoreless. Miller's first offering is a strike to Timon Long, who's 0 for 2. Ground out and a swinging strikeout for the Moo first baseman. Miller misses low to even the count at 1 apiece. Great crowd here at Duncan Field for opening night in Hastings between the Hastings Sodbusters, the Fremont Moo.
That foul ball is brought to you by Nebraska Land Distributing. Cold beer is what we do. Coors Light in Nebraska Land or in the upper deck bar.
Miller set in the windup to deliver the 1-2, and that ball is outside in the left-handed batter's box. Count evens at 2 apiece. Lefty ready to the righty. A little closer, but still outside. Miller with another full count. Big pitch here for Miller if he wants to stay in the game here. Ground ball to third on a couple hops over to first. Look at that throw. Great play by Coakley out at third base. That thing was on a line over to Rich at first base. First man retired for 1 out in the top of the 6th.
Camden Coakley, Des Moines Area Community College, kind of joining the infield parade. They've played all the way around. Very solid shortstop, second base. We've seen a couple of good digs out of the first baseman, Corbin Rich. And so far, so good on the infield as well as the outfield for the Sodbuster crew.
1 out. Off-speed pitch gets the outside edge to Hayden Crawford. Pair of flyouts for the Moo designated hitter. Miller ready to go again. That's slashed foul. And that was right back on the field, right at the catcher and the home plate umpire, and right off the metal part of the awning here at the upper deck here at Duncan Field. Fortunately, everyone's still in one piece. And Miller back to work. Ball is outside. Seems like Miller's been missing a lot outside and has been spiking a couple of those breaking balls too. Otherwise, you know, there's zeros on the scoreboard, so you can't ask for too much more than that. Line to short right center field, and that ball just gets down out in front of the dive of Gage Frank in right field. Great effort there, but that ball was in no man's land. And the Moo have their first hit of the day for Hayden Crawford.
I thought we were going to see another highlight reel effort, and when that came off the bat, I thought there was no chance. Gage Frank made it very, very close as another Des Moines Area Community College product just about got there, but now the tying run on again for the Fremont Moo.
Miller ready to go again, now with the runner on. Up the middle, Cabranes lets that go into center field, and back-to-back singles for Fremont puts them in business again. 2 runners on with just 1 out. And joining in on the party is Alec Villanueva, his first hit of the Fremont season. 2 on, 1 out for Fremont here in the 6th.
And we see the head coach come out. I don't know if he's looking down to the bullpen at this point. Joel Skipper is putting his hat up, seeing if Tex Cook is ready to go. Right now, apparently he's not. So, boy, you kind of feel like Miller's out of gas here, and Fremont a chance maybe to get to him for their first run or perhaps runs of the game.
With Hummel coming up the righty next, this is probably going to be Miller's last batter. You know, you probably want to stick lefty on lefty here, but he's spiked those first 2 pitches in the dirt. As we say, non-competitive pitches. It's just not enough to get the batter to swing here. So Christian Hobbs, perfect so far today. 2 singles, takes ball 3. Hobbs has been left stranded last inning and takes a fastball right there. Joel Skipper, Hastings manager, Anxiously going back and forth between the steps here in the Sodbuster dugout. Here's the 3-1. Off-speed floats in there for strike 2. 3-1 pitch. Not going to get a lot of curveballs there, but that is what Miller offered. So big pitch here, 3-2, just 1 out. Hobbs ready. Lines it to left field. Oliver coming over to his right, dives, and that's a fair ball, and that's going to roll for a while. Here comes Crawford in to score. Villanueva holds at third, and that is a 1-out double, and Fremont ties the game at 1 with an RBI double from Christian Hobbs. 1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Finally, something falls on the outfield. Back-to-back, in fact, is Villanueva and Hobbs both coming up with really bloop hits. I mean, you had Villanueva just get in front of the right fielder. That time, Hobbs went the other way with a really quality pitch from Marcus Miller, but just hit it where the Sodbusters weren't, and now it's a 1-1 tie, and Fremont going to be looking for more against a new Hastings pitcher. New pitcher coming up next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Top of the 6th inning, Hastings making a pitching change. Marcus Miller out of the game after 5 1/3 innings. He was pretty darn good until first 3 batters reached all in the 6th, allowing Fremont to tie the game. This is Tex Cook for the Sodbusters, wearing number 24, hails from Batesville, Arkansas. Another Arkansas Tech, as Steve and Scott were mentioning, a lot of Arkansas kids on the team. 3 appearances for Cook on the season, just an inning pitch, and 2 of those innings where he was not able to record an out. A little bit of an elevated ERA, but again, a small sample size. Strikeout and a walk in his limited spring in at Arkansas Tech. So the Moo are going to bring up 9-1-2 to the plate after the RBI double from Christian Hobbs brings home Hayden Crawford to tie the game up here in the 6th inning.
Number 11.
Final line, I guess not so final line on Marcus Miller. 7 hits, 6 1/3, 4 strikeouts, and 3 free passes. And we're ready to go. Tex Cook will start out of the windup for the Sodbusters. Pitches outside and that ball gets away. Here comes the runner, the feed to Cook, and they have him beat, and he's out. Base running mistake there by Alec Villanueva. That ball did not get too far away from the catcher Wortman, able to feed Cook and applies the tag there in plenty of time. So that's a big break there if you're Hastings. Now you have 2 outs and you can put the infield back to normal and just worry about Palmer. Oh, he slashes that one to the Fremont dugout. Luckily that hit the protective railing.
Yeah, another foot. Somebody may have had a black eye or would have had to have pretty quick.
Yeah. That pitch is called a ball, so the count goes to 2-1 to Tyler Hummel. So Hobbs now at third, with Hummel at the plates. Waves and misses at that speed. Out and away from the zone. You trust your catcher here, it's a great pitch to go right back to. Deuces wild. And same pitch, but that's knocked down in front of the plate. And Hobbs remains at third, with Hummel at the plates. Finishing up the 3rd time through the order for Fremont. But the count runs full. And that's too high for ball 4, so Cook puts a man on. We turn it over to Hunter Palmer in the top of the lineup for the 4th time for Fremont.
All right, coaches love that. Walk the number 9 hitter for the 2nd straight time between the two pitchers, and now that brings up the top of the order with runners the corners. Fremont done now in this 1-1 game.
Palmer 0 for 3, but has put the ball in play all 3 times. Pardon, 1 for 3. Fly out single and sacrifice fly in the 5th. Off speed is in there for strike 1. Runners on the corners for Hunter Palmer. Fremont center fielder, Tex Cook, sodbuster pitcher, trying to work out of trouble. Half-hearted swing there. That was in on the fists, even if Palmer would have made contact with that. But Cook ready to go. He's in prime position here. No balls, 2 strikes. 1-1 count, 1-1 score. 0-2, runner goes, pops it up into shallow center field. Shires comes in, he's there, makes the grab, and Cook puts out the fire. And Fremont will settle for the 1 run, leaving 2 on base. They get a hit and score a run to tie the game. And after 5.5, Fremont and Sodbusters tied 1-1. Sodbusters look to answer in the bottom of the 6th after this.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Fremont and Hastings tied at 1 after the top of the 6th inning. RBI double from Fremont ties the game. The Sodbusters' bats have been quiet since the 1st inning. 1 run and 2 hits in the 1st inning, just a scattered hit in the 2nd, and that's because of Trey Nichols, the guy on the mound right now, going out for his 6th inning of work. He's retired 11 straight Sodbusters after the 2nd inning. Sodbusters' last hit came on a Marcos Cabranes double with 1 out in the 2nd inning. We are now in the 6th. Fly ball, that is from Gage Frank to right field near the line, and making the grab is Blunt in right field. Make that 12 in a row for Nichols.
And he's been a decent strikeout pitcher, but also maximizing his pitches as well. Had a 6-pitch inning in the 5th, so he stands under 60 pitches thrown as he pitches in the bottom of the 6th. So Marcus Miller threw almost 100 pitches and didn't make it through the 6th for Hastings.
A lot of waiting time in the dugout in between those couple of innings for Nichols. See how he fares with the long rest. So Frank flies out, and this is Zach Vidal putting a charge into right center field, and that ball is down and by the center fielder, and that's going to roll for a bit. Vidal rounding second, he's going for third, and that throw misses the cutoff man, and Vidal has a 3-bagger for the Busters. A 1-out triple from Zach Vidal, and the Busters looking to answer right back here in the 6th.
Great to see Zach put it in play. It struck out looking his first 2 times, but a line drive to center, and just a little misplay for Hunter Palmer. You thought he was going to get there, and not only didn't get there, but couldn't stop it. So a huge opportunity. Runner at third, less than 2 outs for Corbin Rich.
Rich, the batter, takes a ball. Off-speed pitch just missing the zone. So Fremont, or the Hastings rather, just making their 3rd time through. Back to the pitcher, and he'll look Rich and gets Rich out at first. Looks Vital back. Oh, not quite a productive out. That Hastings is looking for.
Fremont had started to bring its infield in, and you feel like if the pitcher Trey Nichols doesn't make that play, it's probably up the middle for a single and an RBI, but a game of inches, and Fremont a chance to get out of this with no damage done unless Nick Jones can come through.
Now 2 outs. Designated hitter Nick Jones waves and misses. That pitch down low. Jones responsible for 1 of 4 of Sodbuster hits and the lone run batted in. He bats with 2 outs, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
He was right on it, though. Good swing there, and he had a solid at bat. He had that 2-out RBI back in the first, another 2-out chance here, and this would be huge for the Sodbusters to answer.
Righty to the lefty, up high. Jones does not offer. The lights are on here at Duncan Field as Nichols delivers a 1-2 and just got a piece of that. Ball ends up in fair territory. Jones will get another swing.
Sammy Contakis would love to have that bat. Nearly caught it for the deflected third strike.
Swing and a miss. Trey Nichols with his 7th strikeout for the Moo. And the Sodbusters strand a 1-out triple in Zach Vital at third base. Through 6 complete, 1-1. Fremont and Hastings deadlocked at 1. We'll have more Sodbuster baseball after this.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. We are through 6 here at Duncan Field in Hastings. Fremont and Hastings tied at 1. Hastings with a first inning run, Fremont with a 6th inning run. As we go to the 7th, Tex Cook, who came in to relieve Marcus Miller back in the 6th, is on. Got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning to limit the Fremont damage to just the 1 run. Cook induced a ground out and a strikeout. That ball's roped to left field and down for a base hit. As Ben Swales is on, a little bobble out there by Oliver, but no further advance. So in the 7th inning now, Fremont making its way through its 4th time through the lineup. Just 1 run to show for it, but 8 hits on the scoreboard. Cook ready here is Josh Blunt, right fielder. Runner on the move, and no throw there as Wortman not able to hang on to the ball. Stolen base for Ben Swales puts him in scoring position with nobody out.
Fremont certainly the better of the opportunities. They've already stranded 9. Sodbuster have stranded only 3 against Trey Nichols.
1-0 from Cook to Blunt. High and tight, but called a strike. Count even a 1 apiece. Blunt just 1 for 1. Was also hit by a pitch and walked. Same spot, but a little bit higher this time. Count goes to 2-1. Here's a pitch. That ball's outside. Blunt went to college at Iowa Western Community College, as did 3 of the Sodbusters. Playing against a couple of his teammates tonight then. As he faces a 3-1 count. Runner on the move again. Ball's inside. Throw to third is not in time. And another stolen base for Ben Swales as Blunt draws ball 4 as well. So Cook in a little bit of a mess now. First and third. Nobody out for the Sodbusters. And here comes Sammy Cantekos.
Number 12.
Fremont has had all kinds of opportunities. You saw them get their first 2 guys on in the 4th. They had their first 2 guys on in the 5th. 3 straight hits and then a walk in the 6th, and now here in the 7th, first and second, nobody out. It's still a 1-1 game, but you feel like Hastings is hanging by a thread now.
The pitch, that hits him. First pitch to Sammy Cantekos, loads the bases as Cook is lost, and that's going to prompt a mound visit from the skipper. Skipper.
Joel Skipper, Hastings College coach. He's been with that program 2 years, and now an opportunity to stay at home and coach the summer team of the Hastings Sodbusters. And kind of been rough for Tex Cook. You remember the first out he got was actually on a ball in the dirt. A guy got caught stealing to get that first out, then he walked that guy. So he's actually allowed 4 of the 5 batters he's faced to reach. The first 3 here in the 7th with a single, a walk, and a hit batsman. Cook in serious jeopardy here. Shaw probably would be the next guy in the lineup to come in the bullpen, but I don't think there's any action at this point for Hastings in a 1-1 game here in inning number 7.
Shaw is walking out to the bullpen right now, but not throwing. No one throwing quite yet. We'll see how long of a leash Tex Cook has.
Batting for the Moon, number 21, Timon Long.
Well, you're hoping to manage your pitch count too, and you don't want to have to use 4 or 5 guys. The opening game, you could get behind the 8 ball here in this first week of the season.
Bases loaded for Fremont. Good block by Wortman on a pitch in the dirt. Corners playing even with the bag just on the infield grass. Second baseman, shortstop playing up the middle. And 1-0 pitch is far inside to Timon Long. Hitless today, 0 for 3. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout. Has a prime opportunity to bust this one open for the Moo right here. 2-0. Fouled off him in the box. Well, it's a big first strike there. Instead of 3-0, you now face a 2-1 count and can take a little bit more of a breath and hopefully find something of a rhythm here if you're Tex Cook. Long ready, so is the pitcher Cook. From the windup, 2-1. Just low. So hitters count now as Cook grimaces, wondering where that pitch was. Still no action in the Sodbuster bullpen. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Looks like he took something off that one. And as we've seen, 3-1 count nowadays isn't a fastball all the time anymore. That's what Long was expecting. Full count, bases juiced of Moo. Swing and a miss. Tex Cook comes back nicely. Deliver 2 straight strikes and strikes out Long for the second time today. That is 1 out here in the 7th for the Sodbusters. Bases remain juiced.
Yeah, Tex, huge pitch sequence there. Overcame the disappointment of not getting a 2-1 count and came back with back-to-back strikes, and now double play ball. Could get out of this with no damage done.
Hayden Crawford, the batter, singled and scored last time up. Takes ball 1. That score, the only run of the Moo's outing this afternoon. Here's the 1-0. That bender misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. Ben Swale started this inning off with a single and 2 stolen bags. A walk and a hit by pitch. Now have the bases loaded. Cook back on track with a strikeout. And gets a foul right there. Improve the count to 2-1.
Lining Kugels is the ultimate summer drink. Cold and refreshing and sold right here at Duncan Field.
Crawford's put the ball in play all 3 times he has come to the plate. Just ahead right now, 2-1. Cook from the wind. Does not get the call there. Just downstairs, and another 3-1 count. No place to put him. A walk will bring the go-ahead run home. and keep the inning alive for the Moo. Big pitch here for Tex Cook. And that's ball 4. Same spot as Swales comes in to score and Cook walks in a run. Fremont has now taken a 2-1 lead on back-to-back runs here in the 6th and 7th inning.
Well, playing with fire, Tex Cook has faced 7 batters. 3 of them had 3-ball counts, so he is not working ahead of anybody at this point. He's also hit a man in there, hit a man on the first pitch, so really trying to find a way to get strike 1 with still the bases loaded and Fremont leading for the first time today.
Sodbuster faithful trying to get behind Cook and the Sodbusters and limit the Fremont damage here. Big swing and a miss by Alec Villanueva. And Villanueva, if you recall, last inning was the man caught at home plate trying to score on the wild pitch. Here's the 0-1, way outside, not close. Count goes to 1-1. Shaw now throwing in the bullpen for the Sodbusters. Gotta figure he's due up sometime soon if Cook can't get out of the inning. Off speed is high. Brings it to 2-1. Doesn't help that Villanueva is only 5'8". Probably would have been a strike on other guys. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And Villanueva swung at ball 3 right there. That pitch was on the chuck of the left-handed batter's box.
Well, that's what he swung at for the first strikes. I feel like if he throws that one again, he may get strike 3 right here.
Let's see what Cook has in store for the 2-2 pitch. 2-1 Fremont, bases full of Moo. Cook delivers a 2-2. Did not go as he's able to hold up.
Almost the same pitch, maybe a little bit lower right there, and a payoff pitch. This is a monster pitch in the course of this game with Fremont on top 2-1 and the base is full.
Payoff. 3-2 counts. Nowhere to put Villanueva. Bases loaded for Fremont. The pitch from Cook is ball 4, and he's walked in another run as the second straight bases loaded walk gives Fremont his second run. They now lead 3-1. And Cook now his third walk of the inning.
And 4th walk since coming in the 6th. So a really tough first outing here as a Hastings Sodbuster for Tex Cook.
Oh, he'll keep going till Skipper comes and gets him. That pitch is off the mark. Another ball for Cook. As we mentioned at the start of the game, you don't want to look at spring numbers too much, but Cook struggled in the spring, wasn't able to find a rhythm, only playing 3 games, and that probably didn't help him either. Ball 2 is in the dirt too, and Wortman stops it. Christian Hobbs at the plate for Fremont, facing a 2-0 count. That pitch does not get the strike zone. 3-0, and if we had to guess, this will probably be Cook's last batter if he can't find the zone here. 3-0, that misses on 4 straight. And immediately Joel Skipper comes out of the dugout. 3 bases loaded walks in the inning, 4 walks in the inning, 5 on the day for Cook. Not an opening Sodbuster debut to remember, as he will exit the game, allowing 3 runs, and Fremont still has the bases juice. Jacob Shaw coming in to pitch. We'll have the line on him right when we come back on Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
You're watching Sodbuster Baseball. 4-1 Fremont here in the top of the 7th. Fremont has all but busted it open here, scoring 3 runs here in the top of the 7th on 3 bases loaded walks from Tex Cook. He exits after just recording 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Jacob Shaw on to pitch, and got some good numbers from the spring returner from last year, and supposed to be closer in the here. Steve, what do we know about Jacob?
Well, he's a third-year player for the Hastings Sodbusters. That's one thing. A Hastings guy, went to Cloud County Community College and then moved on to Northwestern Oklahoma State. The Rangers went 3-1 in the spring. His ERA a little bit elevated, 7.76, but made 12 appearances, pitched in 29 innings, but very familiar with what to do here at Duncan Field, and comes in a mess. Bases loaded, still only 1 out. Would love to get an atom ball and get a double play and minimize the damage, trying to find a way to get out of this, at least get an out with the Sodbusters trailing 4-1.
Bases full for Fremont. Shaw pitches the first pitch strike to the 9-hole hitter Tyler Hummel. Hummel's walked twice and grounded into a double play. Shaw from the wind, 0-1. Curveball right in there for a strike. Quickly head 0-2, something that Cook was not able to do. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. And with 1 out, he is automatically retired. So Hummel strikes out on 3 pitches. That's very encouraging for Shaw and the Sodbusters. Trying to get out of this inning and give your team a chance. You know, it's not easy to come back from 3 runs, but anything more is just that much more to come back from here later in the last 3 innings.
Still got to get that leadoff guy now as the lineup turns over with Hunter Palmer up.
Palmer up for his 5th time this evening. 1 hit in 4 tries. Bases still full for Fremont. They lead 4-1. Outside edge gets called, strike. Count even at 1 apiece. 1-1. Off speed, catches the outside edge again. Great location there by Shaw, and he's off to a good start. Fremont scored 3. Shaw's trying to make that the final number. And that pitch gets away, but no advance from Crawford at third. That pitch got really far away, but must be with a slower runner. Crawford didn't want to risk getting thrown out, especially after last time when Villanueva was thrown out in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and the first base runner was totally waving him in. I just don't think he saw it bounce that far away, and Sodbusters catch a huge break, need to take advantage.
2-2 from Shaw, swing and a miss. Shaw comes in and strikes out the 2 men he's assigned to. Fremont sends 9 men to the plate, and 3 of them score. They now take a 4-1 lead. Sodbusters need at least 3. They are coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. You're watching Sodbuster Baseball.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Fremont 4, Hastings 1. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseballs. Ryan Valenta alongside Steve Stein. Thanks for joining us for the opening day here at Duncan Field in Hastings. Fremont scores 3 times in the top of the 7th via 3 bases loaded walks. Sodbusters will have to answer here. Their offense, for the most part, since the first inning, has been relatively quiet. Just 2 hits over the past 6 innings. Make that 2 hits over 5 innings. Had 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 last in the 6th. They just have 1 run to show for it. And Trey Nichols back out on the mound for the Moo as he bounces that pitch up there.
And how efficient has Trey Nichols been? 60 pitches thrown coming into this inning. To put that in perspective, Tex Cook threw 53 pitches in his outing for the Hastings Sodbusters in his tough inning.
And that was an inning plus in, I'm going to say you're right, Cook only recorded 3 outs and took 53 pitches. He'll be out for a couple of days here. And swing and a miss as Cannon Coakley is struck out for the 2nd time. Make that 7 on the evening for Trey Nichols. Had that rough first inning like we've been talking about, but has been phenomenal since. Lane Shire's the next batter, takes a strike. As we mentioned, Nichols coming in with a high 7+ ERA. You never would have guessed. Fly ball to left field, and that's pretty easy there for Hobbs. Makes the grab at the side of the shoulder. And more of the same, quickly 2 outs for the Sodbusters.
Yeah, Nichols had a 6-pitch inning, a 9-pitch inning. Actually, he's had 2 6-pitch innings. So an incredibly efficient to go along with 7 strikeouts. I mean, you're going to throw some pitches to get strikeouts, but he has been dynamite in getting strike 1.
Here's Marcos Cabranes. Had a double and was stranded in the 2nd as he swings through strike 1.
And it certainly doesn't look like Nichols has lost velocity. Cabranes could not catch up with that at all.
Here's the 0-1. Lifted to center field and breaking in and making the play is Palmer in center field. Another very quick inning for Trey Nichols and the Fremont Moo. They lead 4-1 after 7 complete. Sodbusters needing some answers. They'll come back out to defense at the top of the 8th after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Top of the 8th inning coming up for Fremont and Hastings. Fremont holds a 4-1 advantage as Sodbusters go back to the mound. Steve Stein back here with you to take over the 8th inning and take you home for the rest of the way.
Thank you very much, Ryan. It is some work to do, and first things first, to get a little bit of opportunity to put a 0 on the board for Jacob Shaw, who is outstanding. Came in with the bases loaded, only 1 out, needed only 7 pitches to get 2 strikeouts. He was able to strike out the 9 and 1 hitters with the bases loaded, and Fremont settled for 3, but they do lead at 4-1. And here comes Ben Swales. He had a single, stole 2 bases, and scored a run to open that 7th. They'll also have Blunt and Cantekos. They're 2, 3, and 4 hitters as the first pitch is taken high for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Ben Swales for Fremont. The Moo third baseman has been really good defensively. Matter of fact, it's been a really fun defensive game. No errors on either team in the contest. The pitch misses for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Ben Swales. out of Tiffin, Iowa, the University of Iowa recruit, and he drills this one into left field. That's a base hit. Could be trouble, could be extra bases. Over to cut it off is the Hastings left fielder. Oliver comes up throwing, throw to second, and safe the call. Safe the call. The throw taken from the second baseman, Zach Vettel. But it's a double to open this 8th inning as they continue to put the pressure on. Man, this Fremont Moo squad, they get their first 3 aboard in the 7th. They all scored. They have had multiple base runners to lead off innings reach bases, but really, in some ways, the Sodbusters fortunate to give up only 4 so far, but then you felt bad about it because there were 3 bases loaded walks this past inning. If Fremont would have had clutch hits, they certainly could have maybe blown this game open. Here's Josh Blunt up there now, and he takes strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Josh Blunt. Blunt's had a perfect day. Hit by a pitch, single, a walk, and another walk. He is officially 1 for 1 in the game. So a double, and now an 0-1 count to Shaw. Out of the stretch, takes a look back at second base. The Hastings product at Northwest Oklahoma State now. Runner is jockeying back there, and Cabranes comes and cuts in behind him, and so Shaw breaks contact as he is now going to be ready to go again. Shaw dynamite out of the pen, is through nothing but strikes to get a couple of strikeouts, but gives up a double to lead off. Runner goes, pitch swung on and missed, and the catcher can't handle it. Fell out of the glove of Wortman. May have had a play, but this aggressive Fremont team gets another stolen base. You saw Swales steal 2 bases the last time he was on. Steals third for the second time today, so runner at third, nobody out. The pressure again on the Sodbusters to try to minimize the damage. At this point, they're going to play the infield back, trailing by 3 here in the 8th inning. Pitch fouled away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Josh Blunt. As Shaw atop the hill, very familiar pitching on this field. Of course, the former member of Hastings High and Hastings 5 Points Bank, the Senior Legion team here in the summer. There are a lot of innings, and now his 3rd year as a Hastings Sodbuster. Spent a couple of years at Cloud County Community College, and now on to Northwest Oklahoma State, the Ag major down there. Got a 1-2 count and brings the pitch home, and it's fouled away as Blunt stays alive. It's 1-2 on Blunt here in inning number 8, 4-1. Fremont has the last 4 runs after the Sodbusters got a run to open the game in the bottom half of inning number 1. 1-2 pitch off speed is outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Josh Blunt. Blunt trying to find a way. Another Iowa guy. He's at Iowa Central Community College. He's actually from Wisconsin, but playing for an outstanding Iowa Central team. They had a really good community college season. Pitch is taken upstairs, 2 balls. Make it 3 balls and 2 strikes on Josh Blunt. As Blunt at Iowa Central, the Tritons went 46-11 in the spring, and Shaw can't get him out. Josh Blunt able to work a walk after he was way down to the count, so the first to have reached again for Fremont. They have had multiple base runners aboard with nobody out. Still have only 4 runs. I say only 4. Could be a lot worse when you think about it. 9 hits. Sodbusters then hit 9-4, and Fremont has stranded 12 coming into this game. Right now, Hastings down by 3 will play at double play depth. They would sacrifice a run for a couple of outs here with Sammy Cantekos at the plate. Cantekos takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Cantekos. 4-1, Fremont on top. Top half of inning number 8. 9-inning contest here in Summer League Wood Bat Baseball. The college players getting an opportunity to swing the wood bats. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second. It bounces into center field. The first error of the game will allow a run to score. It's a stolen base. The ball sailed a little bit on Ryan Wortman. Vettel couldn't come up with it. It deflected off his glove, and now it's 5-1 on the throwing error.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Wortman throwing that through there. You know, with you have a fast runner in Swales at third. If anything, I'm surprised Swales didn't run right away and let that ball get through. But if you're the Sodbusters, you're just digging yourself in an even deeper hole now.
Still nobody out. Now 5-1. Takes away any kind of double play opportunity as the pitch is missing for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Cantekos. The pitch that was thrown away was a strike, so 2-1 to count. The pitch fouled away, 2-2 on Cantekos, who is 0 for 3 in the game. Hit by pitches last time up, and he came around to score. 0 for 3 on the day for the catcher for the Fremont Moo. 5-1, the Moo have opened it up. Sodbusters had such a promising start, great defensive plays, and really kind of had the Mo till about the midpoint of this game. But Fremont with runs each of the last 3 frames. The pitch is fouled over by the Hastings dugout, and that will bounce over near the third base line. One of the bullpen guys will go pick it up for Hastings. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cantegos. Ben Asher, his first year as the head coach, down in the third base box. Pitch rifle to right field, little diving grab made, throw back to second, not going to be in time, but we've seen all the outfielders make good plays. This time it's Gage Frank going to his knees, catches that one off the top of the grass, and that's a big first out here in inning number 8 with the Sodbusters trailing at 5-1.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Just taking a risk when you're going down to a knee right that. Your knee can catch, glove can catch, and that ball gets by you, and that run scores. A great effort by Frank, and that keeps the runner at second.
Time and long, taking strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. As Shaw, the third pitcher of the day. Marcus Miller, a pretty quality start today, but not going to figure in the decision, as Tex Cook would be the losing pitcher if this score holds. No balls and 1 strike the count, and the pitch. Bouncing ball foul. It's quickly 2 strikes on Long. Long 0 for 4 on the day. A couple of groundouts, a couple of strikeouts. And Shaw trying to work out of difficulty here in the 8th. The run has scored already for Fremont as the Sodbusters down by 4 with just 6 outs remaining. 6 outs with which to work here at Duncan Field. Gorgeous night on opening night, but maybe won't be happy unless the Sodbusters can rally. Pitch taken upstairs. Sodbuster fans thought it was a strike, but a little bit high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Time and Long out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Playing at the College of Southern Nevada, the Coyotes, a community college out there. It had a few at-bats in the spring, went 5 for 10 in 5 games, or in 10 games rather. And watches this one go by for strike 3. Long not sure, but he will go down on strikes for the 3rd time today.
That's a hat trick. Not something you want to do, especially if you're only 1 of 3 Moo that without a hit today, and nothing more frustrating than an 0 for 5 night and knowing you're not able to contribute to your team.
And now it's going to be Hayden Crawford coming to the plate. A couple of productive at-bats his last 2 times, a single and a run scored, and then a bases-loaded walk to bring home a run, and fouls this one over about where my car is. I didn't think balls would reach that far, but that was a shot over there from Hayden Crawford. No balls, 1 strike on Hayden Crawford, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored and a run batted in. Shaw brings the pitch home. A little bit high for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike on Crawford.
I think you're good, Steve. I saw you parked really far away.
I tried to, but that could have been like a 2-hopper.
I think that's more in line where my car is.
Okay.
So we'll have to check mine.
And I'm the old guy, parked a long ways away. It took me like 20 minutes to get in. Pitch is in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Need the shuttle. A little scooter.
Coming to Duncan Field near you, the Sodbuster Shuttle.
There you go.
How do you like the sound of that?
Sounds good. Gorgeous night, man. Come on out, watch Sodbuster Baseball. You can get details, Sodbuster, at the HastingsSodbusters.com. Tickets available. A good crowd on here on opening night. Called strike 2. 2-2 the count on Crawford. Hayden out of Austin, Texas, goes to Midland University and had an amazing spring with 11 home runs and 42 runs batted in for Midland out of the Great Plains Athletic Conference, based in Fremont. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul. It remains 2-2 on Crawford. Villanueva hoping to get a chance here in inning number 8. Sodbusters had a double and a single in the first, only 2 hits since. An amazing outing in progress for Trey Nichols, who's likely is going to be out there, you would think, for the 8th. He still hasn't thrown 70 pitches.
Yeah, nobody in the Moo bullpen, so that's more than likely the case.
2-2 pitch, low and inside, 3-2. A lot of 3-ball counts as of late. Really, Marcus Miller, very efficient with his pitches through the first 4 innings, but kind of started to lose the zone in the 5th, working out of trouble there. Finally gave up a run in the 6th before being lifted and throwing almost 100 pitches. High pop-up down the first base line, a long run for everyone, and nobody's going to get there. Tremendous effort to headlong dive for Corbin Rich, who probably still has to figure out this Duncan Field area. You've got the infield turfed, the outfield in grass, and there's a drop-off. It goes downhill as you hit the edge of the infield, and so unless you are ready, you're going to tumble a little bit. It's not totally flat. So another chance here for Crawford. As it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes on Crawford with a runner at second base and 2 outs and 1 home in the inning to make it 5-1. Pitch low into the dirt, and it's a walk. As first and second and 2 outs now. The second walk issued by Jacob Shaw, as had the walk to Blunt earlier in the inning. Swales with the double. He would come around to score on a throwing error, and now Alec Villanueva trying to deliver here with a big 2-out hit. He had a bases loaded walk his last time up. He's been on base 3 times. Overall, he is 2 for 4 with an RBI.
That's now 9 free passes by Sodbuster pitching staff.
And that is not going to make the coach happy. Villanueva actually 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. No balls and 1 strike. Because in this park, throw strikes. Pitch is bunted at foul. It's quickly 2 strikes. They've got a runner hung up between first and second. Just run at him. There's going to be 2 guys occupying second base. Well, now they're back in the rundown, still trying to get the runner. Throw a little bit offline, but they do record the out. It wasn't real textbook, but Hayden Crawford erased on the bases there, and the Sodbusters do get out of difficulty with just 1 run allowed, as Sodbusters give up a run on 1 hit and 1 man left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 8. It's 5-1 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of inning number 8, 5-1. Fremont on top of Hastings. Sodbusters 6 outs with which to work, and they cannot get Trey Nichols off the mound. The guy's thrown only 66 pitches heading into the 8th inning. An amazing outing for him. Sodbusters will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up. It'll be Rusty Wortman, Nolan Oliver, and then back to the top of the order, Gage Frank for the Hastings Sodbusters, and it will be Wortman in the left-handed box, batting for the 3rd time today. He's 0 for 2 as he try to find the measure of Trey Nichols for the first time today. Here's the pitch. Off the hands and foul back to the screen. It's no balls and 1 strike on Rusty Wortman. Actually cleared the screen over into the fan area on the third base side. No balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Nichols brings it in. Off speed, misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rusty Wortman. Wortman, Northeast Community College Hawk, hit .306, knocked in 28 and scored 33 times in the spring, and fouls this pitch away. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Wortman. He's a Gretna guy, the former Gretna Dragon. A pretty good spring for that Northeast Community College team. The Hawks went 39 and 22 and made a National Junior College Regional. 1-2 pitch taken upstairs. It's 2-2. Sodbusters need base runners, and that's one thing Trey Nichols has been outstanding. You talked about the free passes issued by Hastings pitchers. Nichols, no walks today. Here's a high pop-up. Right field, second baseman goes out, right fielder comes in, and the right fielder makes the call, makes the catch. Josh Blunt on to retire Wortman. 1 up, 1 down for Hastings here in the 8th. It's Steve Stein, it's Ryan Valenta. Engineer today is Connor Christian. Sodbusters will have Nolan Oliver step to the plate. The number 9 hitter is 0 for 2, struck out back in the 2nd. He grounded out in the 5th. First pitch, foul tipped into the glove. No balls and one strike as caught there by Sammy Contekos. 5-1 Sodbusters in a hole as this one a bouncer to the left side. The shortstop's got it. Sets, throws high. Nice catch. Safe. What a slide for Nolan Oliver to get by the first baseman. Time and long. A great job just to field it. And tremendous base running there to avoid the tag and touch the base. I think there's going to be a little conversation here as the head coach, Ben Asher, will come out and have a visit with the field umpire. That would be Tim Stroman, and did get a clarification and very quick conversations, about as quick as you're going to get when you have a coach coming out and visiting with an umpire. The runner at first, one out, first error of the game for Fremont, and 1 on 1 out for Gage Frank. So a throwing error for Villanueva. Sodbusters need a few more base runners to really make it interesting, but trying to find a one-out rally here in the 8th. Just get a couple of those runs back and give yourself a chance in the 9th. Gage Frank, 1 for 3, a double. He scored the lone Sodbuster run back in inning number 1. Such a promising start to the season, but not much a way of any offense since that time. Foul ball here. No balls, 2 strikes on Gage Frank. Gage Frank, Des Moines Area Community College. He's out of Marion, Iowa. Had 8 home runs in the spring, but try to come into Duncan Field and try to hit home runs, and that's not the recipe for success. Just hit line drive, see what happens. Or bouncing ball back up the middle. Beauty there. Sodbusters are going to have runners at first and second and only 1 out. Good at bat there for Frank. Take it right back up the chute. So first and second, 1 out, and now the Sodbusters will bring Zach Vettel to the plate, and Vettel with a triple his last time up, and we will see a visit to the mound as Trey Nichols, for a rare time today, in a little bit of trouble. Some of it not his own doing, that 1-out error opening the door, and now first and second with 1 out, and the Sodbusters down by a score of 5-1, and we'll see how the Fremont Moo play it on the infield.
Yeah, and this is the first time since the first inning that the Sodbusters have had multiple runners on. 2nd through 7th inning, just either nothing or 1 runner on. And just now we're seeing a couple of arms trot down to the Moo bullpen, so no change here initially. But also as it stands, the Oliver ball in play was ruled a hit. So, I think that one can go either way. I knew right out of the hand it was going high, but Oliver with his speed, not sure if he would have beat that up or not, but still error column for the Moose still blank. So right now we're going to give Oliver his first hit of the year, and Sodbusters coming with Vidal to threaten.
We'll take it as Zach step into the right-handed box, struck out his first 2 times, but then had that triple which got by the center fielder the last time. Still only 1 error in the game, that in the Sodbuster column, as this pitch is popped up. That's going to be disappointing for Zach, as coming on, making the catch will be Josh Blunt. No chance for advancement, and a tough out there. And now it's going to be up to Corbin Rich if the Sodbusters are to keep it going here. Rich is 0 for 3, 3 ground outs, 2 to the second baseman and 1 back to the pitcher. That one to the pitcher particularly painful, as the Sodbusters had a runner at third, less than 2 outs, and could not score. That run looking big here as the Sodbusters now facing a 5-1 deficit. As Nichols trying to work his way through 8 outstanding innings, puts this one in the dirt. Sodbusters will see the batters move up on the wild pitch. So now second and third and 2 outs. And any old single to the outfield, and Hastings likely plates 2.
Wild pitch. But right beyond right field, you'll find that.
So Oliver advances to third, Frank to second, and Corbin Rich has the count his way. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the 8th, Sodbusters trail it by a score 5-1. They've been out hit 9-6. Line drive, left field, could be trouble. That is going to be caught. Where fly balls go to die. Great job for Hunter Palmer. Solidly struck, but Palmer made it look easy out in center. And that will do it for the Sodbusters in the 8th. No runs, 2 hits. 2 men left. We head to the 9th. It's 5-1 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings will send Tanner Johnson to the mound now. He's an Iowa Western product. He comes in as the fourth Sodbuster pitcher of the day. He was a redshirt at Iowa Western, so did not pitch in the spring, but he's from Kearney, so good to see Tanner get his opportunity to pitch here in central Nebraska, fairly near his hometown. You figure there's probably some Johnson fans in attendance, or will be during the course of this summer. And again, it's great to see area players get a chance to come home and play near their home, if not at their home, with the Hastings guys playing. And so he becomes the fourth pitcher of the day, and three of them are basically from right here, two Hastings guys and now a Kearney guy. So a lot of fun, and we'll see if he can put a 0 on the board. Tanner Johnson for the Hastings Sodbusters is going to be facing 7, 8, and 9 with Villanueva, Hobbs, and Hummel trying to add some insurance for the Fremont Moo. They lead it 5-1. It's Steve Stein, it's Ryan Valenta, and Connor Christian running the controls today.
It's going to be a big challenge for the Sodbusters here. A lot of traffic on the bases in the past 3 innings. And with a new pitcher here, like you said, Johnson redshirting, not having the experience there. We'll see how loose he is and see what he has to bring to the table for the Sodbuster Ball Club.
You're down by 4 already, so hopefully it's not too much of a pressure situation. Just come out, get some work, try to find a way to get 3 outs, and get your feet wet for summer ball here in the Independence League. A new-look Independence League, no Western Nebraska, no North Platte. There are still 8 teams. 2 of them are all traveling, though. 6 teams will be alive for postseason competitions. The pitch misses, 2 balls and no strikes on Villanueva. Villanueva was at the plate when Sodbusters were able to get Hayden Crawford out on the bases. The pitch taken high, now 3-0 on Villanueva. Had a single back in the 6th, fielder's choice grounder in the 4th, and a ground ball out in the 2nd. 3-0 the count, and the pitch. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk, another free pass issued by Hastings pitchers today. And it's one of the difference in the game. 5-1 the score. Still no walks for Trey Nichols. Every pitcher for Hastings has walked at least 1. And Tanner Johnson joins that right away. Jacob Shaw walked a couple. Had Tex Cook walk 5 and hit 1. Marcus Miller walked 1 and hit 1. As the pitch is across for strike, no balls and 1 strike now on Christian Hobbs. Hobbs taking that strike. He had the big RBI double back in the 6th. And you're not your stereotypical number 8 hitter in terms of production. You think those guys you're going to be able to get out. He has not been retired today as the pitch bounces in there. Great stop for Rusty Wortman. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 singles, a double, and a walk. How about 3 for 3? And an RBI for Christian Hobbs for the Fremont Moo.
Make that an on-base percentage of a cool 1,000.
Even I could do that math without the calculator. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Moo, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1-1 delivery, a little bit high, 2 balls and a strike on Christian Hobbs. Sodbusters hoping to keep it a 4-run deficit and give themselves somewhat of a chance in the 9th, although Nichols has been pretty darn good. High pop-up, short center field. Shires makes the call and will make the catch. No problem for another Kearney guy, Lane Shires. And there's 1 on and 1 out for the number 9 hitter, Tyler Hummel. So Hobbs retired for the first time today, and that will bring Tyler Hummel to the plate. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the third. He walked in the fifth, walked in the sixth, struck out in the seventh. Here's the pitch, taken high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Tyler Hummel. Hummel out of Nolensville, Tennessee, playing his ball at Colorado Mines, redshirt, mechanical engineering major. There's all kinds of smart people at Colorado Mines. That pitch in the dirt, no chance for Wortman to keep that in front, and that'll put a runner in scoring position and 1 out as Villanueva will take second. Just about everybody at Colorado Mines is some sort of engineering major. 2 balls and no strikes. One of the most gorgeous campuses in the nation, right at the base of the Colorado, by the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Line drive, right side, and coming on to make the catch. Gage Franks looked really good out in right field. Really, the outfield overall has been rock solid. 2 outs in the inning. Back to the top of the order with Hunter Palmer coming up.
A lot of these balls have just hung up too long. Off the bat, look like they're going to get in the gap, and all the outfielders' legs for both teams are very loose. No trouble for anybody getting to balls so far.
Hunter Palmer now comes to the plate, center fielder, 1 on, 2 outs. Fremont leads it 5-1 and looking for more, and the pitch is taken outside for a ball. And you heard Scott talk about it earlier. Scott Galusha, the owner general manager, they recruit speed in the outfield. You basically try to get 3 or 4 or 5 center fielders to roam the outfield spots here, because there's a lot of ground to cover in spacious Duncan Field. Pitch taken high, and the early returns are pretty good. I mean, saw an amazing catch in the gap for Nolan Oliver, the left fielder. Gage Frank had a really good play, and Lane Shires has just been very solid out in center. He hasn't had to make any circus catches. 2-0 pitch, low into the dirt, 3 balls, and no strikes on Hunter Palmer, the leadoff man for the Fremont Moo. 5-1, the Moo on top here, top of the ninth.
And Wortman's really getting his work cut out for him behind the plate. Has had a lot of balls bounce in there, and takes some getting used to that turf here at Duncan.
3-0 pitch is missing, and you would figure Wortman is going to get tomorrow off, as it could be Cabranes behind the plate tomorrow. He's one of the catchers on the staff. You try to have 3 or 4 catchers an opportunity to play back there, because 96 pitches thrown by Miller, 53 by Tex, 36 by Shaw. So there's 170 before this inning. He's been back there a bit. 2 outs. And Ben Swales, who's been a thorn in the side of the Sodbusters, coming to the plate, and he's got a 2-0 count his way after the walk to Palmer. Tanner Johnson trying to find a way to get the 3rd out here. A couple of walks, couple of flyouts. Ball fouled away. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Swales. Swales, a single, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored in the 7th, a double, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 8th.
Safe to say after this game, he'll probably be leading the league in stolen bases.
Pitch fouled away. We're early. By the way, the other games today, Spearfish at Badlands and the Nebraska Prospects playing at Oahe. Oahe, the new team in Pierre. It's good to see Pierre back in the Independence League under a new name. Oahe is a Sioux word. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside, hit him. So a couple of walks and a hit batsman. And 3 passes have been a problem. The bases are loaded now. And thought maybe we were going to see a visit to the mound, but just saw Joel Skipper come out and get the pitch that bounced away, and he'll toss it back to the umpire. No mound visit here. Again, you're just hoping for a positive experience for Tanner Johnson, and still trying to put a 0 on the board here. Chance to do that if he can find a way to get Josh Blunt, but not helping his own cause. Left-handed hitter up there. Pitch taken high. 1 ball and no strikes. A walk to lead off the inning, a pair of fly ball outs to the 8 and 9 hitters, but then walk hit batsmen to Palmer and Swales, and now it's Blunt to try to deliver perhaps the knockout blow with his team already on top 5-1. Johnson's pitch. Fouled straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike on Josh Blunt. Blunt has been hard to retire. How about 1 for 1 was hit by a pitch and walked 3 straight times. 1-1 delivery on the way. A little bit high. 2-1 the count. Sodbuster fans grumble a bit here at the strike zone of Jason Seitz, but I think he's been pretty good today. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. And so the Sodbusters a strike away from getting out of difficulty here in the 9th with no damage done. 5-1 the score, Fremont on top. Tanner Johnson, with the bases full, does go out of the wide. The pitch. Fly ball, left field, long run for everybody, and it's going to be a sliding grab made. More great defense as Nolan Oliver robs Blunt of a single and a couple of RBIs. No runs, no hits, 3 men left, and we head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Sodbusters. It's 5-1 Fremont. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Hastings trails by a score 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. They'll have their 4, 5, and 6 hitters to try to find the measure of Trey Nichols. You got to tip your hat to this guy today. Just 80 pitches thrown for Trey Nichols. They have a 105 pitch count limit, and most of the time you're not going to see too many complete games in Independence League baseball, but a great chance for Nichols to do that here on opening night at Duncan Field.
Some action in the Moo bullpen, some light throwing going on there, so you think Fremont skipper will give Nichols a little bit more of a leash. You know, we already have to rest him for at least 3 days, and what's a couple more pitches in a couple more days, especially if you're going to get a complete game here. We really thought that Nichols was going to implode in the first inning, and since 7 innings of shutout ball after that 1 run in the first.
Yeah, amazing. Nick Jones is at the plate, taking ball 1 and strike 1. Nick Jones, the DH today, had an RBI single back in the first, but then a ground out and a strikeout since. We're in the 9th inning now. The Sodbusters trailing it by a score of 5-1. The pitch is fouled away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nichols with 7 strikeouts. He's given up only 6 hits on the day and just the 1 run. As he's approaching 90 pitches. If you hit 90 pitches, you over 90. You have to have 4 days rest. 71 to 90, it's 3 days rest here in the Independence League. If you pitch 1 to 30 pitches, you could come back and pitch the next day. But 105 is the limit here in the Independence League. Bouncing ball right side. Second baseman ranges over, makes the play. The throw to first in time. Well played by Fremont there as Tyler Hummel, no problem getting it to time and long. And Nick Jones will settle for a 1-for-4 day, and that will bring up Cannon Coakley. Coakley's 0 for 3. He struck out looking to end the first. He's grounded out and struck out again since. So trying to find the measure of Trey Nichols, as is this Hastings lineup in general. First pitch is grounded sharply, but right at the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Strong throw in time. No problem for Alec Villanueva. And there are 2 outs in the inning for Lane Shires. Shires 0 for 3. Last chance for the Sodbusters here in the bottom of the 9th. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Moo. 1 run, 6 hits for Hastings. They've committed the lone error on the day. And Lane Shires tries to keep it going for the Hastings Sodbusters. Northwest Missouri State Bear hit .274, knocked in 8. Scored 19 times, played in 36 games for Northwest Missouri State squad, which scuffled in the MIAA. Bouncing ball left side, third baseman over to cut it off, throw to first, and Sodbusters go 1-2-3 as Ben Swales has been really good. Backs up his pitcher Trey Nichols, and Nichols throws a complete game gem here on the opening night of the Independence League as Fremont defeats Hastings by a score of 5-1. Postgame coming away next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sidebusters.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings falls today by a score of 5-1. And for Fremont, 5 runs on 9 hits. And they did not commit an error in the game, stranding an amazing 16 in the game. While Hastings goes 1 run on 6 hits, they strand only 5. It's Steve Stein and it's Ryan Valenta. Opening day started so fun, but just not meant to be, as Fremont had more opportunities, and they would eventually take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, it was looking real good at the start. Marcus Miller ends up going 5 1/3, and that 1 run at the start, he gave him some cushion, and, you know, as a starter, that's all you can ask for is just a run, pitching with a lead. He did that for the first few innings, and finally broke forward. The Fremont broke forward there in the 6th. But it was really good to see Marcus Miller, guy who's thrown 3 complete games in his spring ball era. It's really good to see him get out on the bump, especially being one of the only lefties on the team. Good to see him pitch well there, but it was the righties that had their trouble with Fremont. You know, Tex Cook had those 3 bases loaded walks, and Jacob Shaw afterwards, he cleaned up nicely, but still allowed a run. Just not a lot to get the offense going there.
Yeah, it was just a tough day on the mound, particularly in those middle innings. You mentioned Miller, really a tremendous first 4 innings, as he was able to survive a big jam, first and second, nobody out in the 4th, but they were able to get out of that with no damage. Able to get through the 5th and gave up that 1 run in the 6th. You could just tell he was running out of gas, and they were probably kind of fortunate to get out of that with just a 1 run allowed, but then there's going to be days like that. You feel bad for Tex Cook, who works an inning, throws 53 pitches, walked 5, and hit 1, and he would take the loss today. Shaw came in, an amazing job, came into the bases loaded, 1 out, and struck out back-to-back players to get out of the inning, but then he gave up a double and a couple of walks the next inning. 1 run would score on him. And Tanner Johnson did put a 0 on the board. It wasn't the prettiest 0, as he gave up a walk, another walk, and a hit batsman, but is able to get 3 fly ball outs, including an amazing catch for Gage Frank out there. So the Sodbusters, it's just fundamental baseball, don't give up free passes, and that really the difference in this game, as Fremont probably fortunate to hold them to 5 today. They strained 16, all those free passes, and Fremont probably could have had a lot more than 5, but the Sodbusters with some good defense to keep it at 5 and just not enough offense to really mount much of a threat against an amazing performance from Trey Nichols.
Yeah, and let's talk about that defense too. The outfield, like Scott had said, you're looking for fast legs out there. Nolan Oliver, Lane Shires, and Gage Frank all showed out there. Say at least each of them had a web gem. Each of them had a play that got the fans on their feet to limit the damage. This could have been a whole lot worse in the later innings, but they made it look really good. How about Marcos Cabranes at shortstop? Made a couple of great diving plays, and even the second baseman Zach Vital with that diving stop just out of his reach, but just knows that this team's coming ready to play. You know, the Fremont's been a thorn in Hastings' side for the past, but this is game 1. There's still plenty more games to go, but really like what the defense put out there today.
Yeah, never get too high or too low. We're going to get the perspective of the head coach, Joel Skipper, before too long. But, I'm sure one of the good things you're going to see is that defense and probably the start of Marcus Miller. I mean, Miller, here's a Hastings guy and a Hastings College product. He knows how to pitch in this park. And if you tell Coach Skipper, or tell whoever the skipper is, that your starter comes out, gives you 5 at a third inning, allows only 1 run, especially against a traditionally tough offense like Fremont, you feel like you're in pretty good shape and you're going to have a chance to win it. But you just got to give that tip of the hat to Trey Nichols, who had some fairly inflated numbers in the spring, but he was flat dynamite today. You felt like maybe if you could have got a run or 2 more in the first or second, it may have been a little bit different. And then you had that 1-out triple, couldn't score there in the 6th inning. But other than that, he just worked a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings, mixed strikeouts with quick outs. He'd get a 1-pitch grounder, a 1-pitch fly out, and he had so many single-digit pitch innings, and you very seldom see a complete game here in the Independence League, and he comes out and probably at his pitch rate, he probably could have gone 10 or 11 innings. You have a maximum of 105. I had him throwing under 90 pitches today to get 27 outs against the Hastings Sodbusters, and sometimes you just got to say, good job.
I'm gonna say under 90 pitches. That's what that's a Maddox right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Old Greg Maddox getting the job done in under 90 pitches, and here we are in a wood bat league at Duncan Field, and like we've been preaching all the time too, put the ball in play. You're not going to give up home runs, if any, here. Don't want to jinx that. You never know what could happen this year. The air could be warmer, the balls could be different. You never know. But put the ball in play and let the defense work behind you. Both defenses were on full display too. Just the one little error from the catcher throwing into center field. But it's going to be a good season here, and we have a lot to look forward to here coming up.
And like you mentioned, defense is solid. Really, I mean, as a season opener, you'd love to win your season opener, but it's fun baseball. I mean, very few errors, solid starting pitching, and you had a lot of entertaining aspects to this baseball game. Unfortunately, it was just not a Hastings win.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying too with Fremont's going to be. We're going to see Fremont a lot more here in the next few days. This is the Sodbusters' first of 13 games in a row. So just for the next 2 weeks, they are going to be doing nothing but playing ball, and 7 of those are going to be against Fremont. I believe they go on the road this weekend. They're going to be for the Spearfish this weekend before they come back for another home-away series with the Moo, and then before we see Casper in the new Idaho team with the Spuds the next weekend of June, which will be our first look at a different team at the weekend of June, for the Sodbusters have 7 days here away from Duncan Field, but a lot to look forward to. And like we said, we like the defense today, and we're tipping our cap to Trey Nichols, who went 9 innings, allowed 6 runs, 6 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts, and walking none. That's another big problem that the Sodbusters are going to have to fix too. We counted 12 walks in addition to 3 hit batsmen. That's 15 free passes against a pitching staff that they're gonna get their outs. The ballpark's gonna hold the ball. Those gaps, and especially with your outfielders, they're gonna plug the holes out there. So something that Coach Skipper's gonna have to work on is limiting those free passes, but plenty of games to do it as the Sodbusters travel to Fremont tomorrow.
You mentioned it, and it'd be nice to find a way and you hate to start the season with a loss to Fremont because now 90% of these guys don't know the history, but Fremont has kind of owned the series between these two teams, and you just feel like as many times you're going to play, if you play 500 ball against Fremont, you're going to have a decent season, but Hastings hasn't done that much over the last few years, so you're hoping to have an opportunity to win here today because it's really tough there. This Fremont team generally built more to play on their home field, much smaller, probably going to be some home runs. This Sodbuster squad built on speed, and they have more of an opportunity, usually more of an advantage here. So you drop a home game, and then you're going to go to enemy territory, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Try to find a way to win tomorrow, and then you'll come back and get the opportunity to play here on the home field. You mentioned a road trip to play the Sasquatch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then a 3-game split series again with 2 here and 1 on the road against the Fremont Moo. That will wrap up the month of May. But all of the Sodbuster games for the foreseeable future are 6:35. So if you want to come out and see Sodbuster baseball, you certainly can. 6:35 start time. Get the details at HastingsSodbusters.com. We're going to take a break and see if we can get the head coach on. And if not, we'll wrap it up right after this time out. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Got the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Got the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Well, that'll do for the broadcast today as the Hastings Sodbusters do come up short as we hope to hear from the head coach, Joel Skipper, but it's autograph night, so all the players and coaches having an opportunity, and we're going to visit with Joel when they come back. They play tomorrow, and then we'll have a pregame interview with Joel before the matchup on Thursday and try to get some comments there. But, hey, appreciate it. Fun first night. How did you enjoy your first Sodbuster broadcast, Lincoln East guy?
Well, this is a guy who called a lot of Husker softball and baseball on TV for Big Ten Plus, and, this is a totally different world, keeping my eyes strictly on the book, not having stat broadcasts readily available to me. That was a lot tougher, but it was really fun. Duncan Field this is a great place, and just to see how engaged the fans were the whole game too. Hastings went down by 4 runs, but that didn't stop Jason and the on-field entertainment from keeping the crowd engaged in this. But the Sodbusters, they look promising at the start, so we're hoping for something better here, hoping for better pastures, pun intended, for Fremont for the next couple days. But, I'm really excited to keep doing this.
All right. We will be visiting again on Friday. And again, if you want to see the road games, Fremont does a great job. Rich Ray and company, his crew in Fremont. So if you want to check out their YouTube broadcast, that would be awesome. And then we'll be back with you here on Thursday with coverage at about 6:10 or so. And a big thank you to our engineer today, Connor Christian, for Ryan Valenta. Final score, once again, it was Fremont 5, Hastings 1. God bless. I'm Steve Stein.